What's happening, family? This is another episode. There your boy. This is another episode of Open Field Recap Sunday. Hey, man, a lot of great games today. A lot of disappointments today. But, man, it has been a weekend. I got my guys with me. I got Hefe in the building. I got Crash Out Michael Baldini in the building. I got my man F. Dot in the building. And then we got Riddell that popped up. But he ain't got no camera on right now, but we'll figure it out. He might be a little sad as Giants lost. Just give me my money.
No, I'm not. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
we can hear you, bro.
Yeah, I'm in the car right now, so like I said, I'm not in my
Oh, you
setup,
good?
but
So,
I'll be in tune. I'll add my 2 cents.
all right, bet. So look, man. A lot of games came on today. Before we get anything started, I want to talk about college football. Just a little bit. I want to get a good little couple minutes, 20 minutes of college football. What was your biggest take, fellas, from this week's college football? We talking about biggest upset or basically too close of a game. Greatest moment. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'll start off with Mike. Talk to me, Mike. What you like?
Wait, you want me to go first? Because I got a
Yeah,
lot
go
to
first.
say here. Okay.
Yeah, go first. Get out the way.
Okay, Oregon, Ohio State. I will say this before I say anything about the game. Number one, that was the greatest game in University of Oregon history. That was the most lit it's ever been by far. Even Ohio State fans that I was talking to said that they'd never seen a stadium that loud the entire game. Like, sure, Big Ten teams, they definitely chant for the third downs, but consistently, dude, all of those false starts, that was not rigged. All of those false starts, Ohio State could not hear a thing. Like, they couldn't hear a thing. I'm telling you, it was ridiculous. It was genuinely
Let's
insane.
do with that corner play.
And I think that was the biggest thing. I think, honestly, if they play in Autzen 10 times, I think Ohio State eventually wins probably 6, 7 because of the fact that like, I don't think Ryan Day was prepared enough to make signals work. Like, they didn't have their signals when it comes to the helmet. And, like, I feel like just having certain alignment that you need to do pre-snap as a quarterback, they didn't have a good enough signal for that because they couldn't hear each other at all. So, like, that was the biggest thing for me.
Were you
that
rooting for a
totally
certain
stopped
team? Were you
them
rooting
from
for
winning.
Ohio State?
No, absolutely not. No.
What's your
no,
beef
no,
with
no, no.
Will Howard, man? What happened?
No.
Man?
No. I'll get to that. But let me just. Can I talk about the pauses for Oregon real quick? Because
Yeah,
I'm not
get the
gonna.
pauses for Oregon out
I'm
the
not gonna. Yeah. All I'm gonna say is Dylan. Number one, the receivers. I'll say that first. Receivers. Stewart played the best. That was the best game I've ever seen a Oregon receiver
Great
play.
game.
And he also has probably the most talent, especially downfield, I've ever seen from an Oregon player. I mean, like last year, what was bro's name? Oh my God, that played last year on Oregon. Like, he was solid, but he's
Troy
dude.
Franklin.
When it comes, like, this is a game that is just so great because Oregon has lost the
Did that play
literally
for Oregon last year,
entire
Trevor?
life.
I don't think that
Since Troy Franklin. That's
Yeah,
what I
he
was
played last
talking
year.
about. He was this guy. He played better than Troy Franklin ever played in a game, and I'll tell you why. Oregon loses games like this against the top teams with a good cornerback like that. That's physical. We always lose, and it's because number one, our players aren't ready for the game. Number two, our coaches don't do what's actually needed to be done when it comes to just being aggressive flat out in order to win games like that. Like, we saw us lose against Auburn with Mariota. Like, number one, Mariota, great quarterback, but he never played a game like that in his career. Never. Dylan Gabriel, too. Just the accuracy. That dude is 5'10". Like, actually. Like, I saw him on the field. He is 5'10" max. His arm, and I just think compared to Will Howard, I was more impressed with the way he played because he didn't necessarily have a clean pocket, but he also wasn't getting pressured a lot. But he made a lot of throws down the field where he had a dirty pocket, but he was standing in there and firing. And he probably missed like 3 reads. One of them was really important because it was at the goal line when they got stopped on 4th down. He should have thrown it to one of the receivers who was just going on like a little out route. He was open. But other than that, he played extremely well. And I was pretty faded last night when I said what I said about Will Howard. But like, I didn't mean that he was bad. I meant not number one. I meant that the last play was bad, but I didn't specify that. But I thought he played very well. He played within himself, which was really great. But I just thought that those wide receivers for Ohio State, as much as the offensive PI, which was one of the only plays that was like a fully officiating decision, I thought they played very well. I just thought that like when it came to certain plays where you need the ball downfield and you need your quarterback to have a little bit more alert, I felt like sometimes
But I got to be honest with you, he
but he
did
got
everything
them
he
down the
could do.
field. But in that, he
But
did
he could.
everything.
But here's my
he
thing
really
though,
did.
real quick.
He really
Here's my
did.
thing though, Michael, that I don't like is because, and we're being honest, I watched that entire game in Ohio State. Their biggest concern was the defensive corners, man. I've never seen so many corners get cooked and holding plays like they. I'm be honest with you. We'll speed through this and we'll go through this Colorado game. Yeah, we'll go through this Alabama game. We'll go through this
Penn State. Penn State game we gotta go.
Yeah, Penn State. We'll go to the Penn State game. But what's your biggest, just to get you off of it, Mike? What's your biggest takeaway and disappointment from the biggest takeaway? Biggest takeaway from both teams. How about that? Let's do that.
100%. Biggest takeaway is Dylan Gabriel had the best performance from an Oregon quarterback by any team, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And those receivers had the best performance in a single game that I've ever seen from an Oregon receiver. Oregon receivers, like especially Evan Stewart. That's it.
All right, bet. Hefe, talk to me. What's your biggest takeaway from the Ohio State Oregon game if you watched it? We're going to start putting games in the docket for y'all to watch this college football. Talking my fellas who don't watch college football. But go ahead.
Wasn't it Will Howard? Man, bro, he definitely got schemed against on that last drive, bro. When he went and poor game management, sliding at the end of the game. I think that was terrible. But if I could just bring up somebody,
the play before with Smith, I don't understand how. I didn't know, like, okay, so he pushes off, understandable, but then you keep the clock running. That's what really messed them all up because they ain't know the clock.
Yeah, Ryan Day.
What he did was intentionally put 12 on the field. He intentionally put 12 on the field to make it a penalty, which was only 5 yards, but he also got a 4-second runoff.
But the play before that, they were driving downfield. He made that pass to, I want to say it was Smith again. It was either Smith or I forgot who it was, but they was at the 30. They get to the 30. Will doing his thing. They're on pace. 30 seconds left. Will throws it to Smith for like an 8-yard game, but he pushed off to get it. The clock ran. By the time they got the ball back, it was 10 seconds left. Like, they had no idea because Will was letting the clock just run. They had no idea. And I think that's bad coaching because y'all got to be the ones to say something. They had no idea the clock was still running. They thinking they got plenty of time. They get back into it. All of a sudden, now you got 10 seconds on the clock, and you at the 50 because you lost 15 yards.
Yeah, last thing about that, they should have.
I wouldn't Will fault. Like Will was on pace to score, then he get a field goal. He was on pace.
Once he got to the
he was.
You got two running backs, and I understand Judkins fumbled. I don't even care. I would have given him the ball twice, called a timeout, then you get a 3rd and short, and if you need to rush the ball, then you can rush it as a quarterback because you could get the first down on a 3rd and short, and Ohio State's offensive line's good enough to open that up for him. So I felt like that was also just it was on Ryan Day. But I feel like too, which people don't understand, like even the best kickers in college miss field goals like that. And I'm not saying that it was good because he probably shouldn't have done that. Dan Lanning made a lot of decisions that were really great in this game, and he outcoached Ryan Day from that standpoint. But I just feel like I kind of understand his perspective. Like
at the end of that, you got to give your kicker the chance at least. F-Dot, talk to me. What was your biggest takeaway from the Ohio State game?
So the game management towards the end of the game was definitely bad, just on coaching wise. It was abysmal. The running game also wasn't really as efficient that I thought it would be, especially like towards the end of the game. I thought they were going to rely heavily more on the run game, and they just weren't. I think on both sides of the field, the wide receiver play was amazing. What's his name? Jeremiah Smith went off. He had a good game. I think he had like a 100-yard game.
He's a dog.
He had a great game. He a dog. Ibuka's a dog. Stewart's a dog, and Ted Johnson had some plays too. So I think it was a great game. They were frying, bro.
I think
cornerbacks could not.
Yeah, they couldn't.
I think Ibuka could come into the league and be like a Amon St. Brown. He could be a St. Brown for the Lions.
He's solid.
Isn't
He's
he
a
Yeah,
great
tall?
route
he's
runner in
explosive.
any media game.
And he's
Perfect.
explosive, man.
Isn't he like
He's
6?
explosive.
Is he 5'11" or isn't he like 6 foot? I thought he
He's
was
like
like
5'11".
like
But
he's
you
5'11".
know, St. Brown is
Oh.
6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
got
so-
perfect size for that
It's
slot,
hard
man.
for
He
me
can
to
play slot in
believe.
the league.
And the way
That's
his
super
wiggle, he
hard
got
for me
good
to
wiggle.
believe.
And he know how to
Yeah.
get
And he's
open in
6 foot.
zones. Alabama almost lost to South Carolina. It came down to the wire.
Mm.
I'm gonna start with you because I told you your boy was trash. But you said you
know.
wanted to cape for him. Well, how you feel about that game? What's your biggest
Honestly,
takeaway?
I'm still caping for him a little bit. Obviously, he
Mm.
didn't have the best of games, right? He missed on a couple throws, had some interceptions, but when they needed him most, that fourth quarter, when they needed touchdowns, when they needed him to get the lead, when they needed to continue to build on that lead, they did. Now towards that end, they had I think the onside kick. I believe they had that onside kick. They were kind of trying to sell it towards the end with the, but for the most part, I mean, when they needed him, when his number was called, he delivered, bro. So I'm gonna give him that.
And I
But he
think-
definitely has to work on his game for sure.
Yeah.
Hold up, 1 second, real quick. Hefe, you there?
Yeah.
Biggest takeaway from the Alabama South Carolina game? Talk to me.
I didn't watch too much of it. I was watching a few other things, but I was a big fan of Milroe before the start of the season. He ended the season really good last year. He's not playing so hot this year. That's something I can say right there.
Mike, biggest takeaway? Talk to me about the Alabama.
Yeah.
And what's the, don't
Yeah.
go too
Number
crazy.
one, I think Jalen Milroe didn't play the greatest, but I think South Carolina's defense is actually pretty good. I feel like it's kind of an underrated defense, but I'm not giving him an excuse. But I just feel like, honestly, the coaching staff, I'm going to keep harping on it. I feel like Nick Saban being gone, I mean, Alabama really has to figure that out. And I feel like when you get such consistent defensive play, regardless of how your offense is for so long, you can take that for granted. And I feel like that's kind of what happening here in a game like that. I feel like Alabama's defense would have been not a lot better, but I just feel like they would have been more consistent and probably let up less points as well. So, yeah, and I just think about it from that perspective. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure.
Mo, you there?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna start off with you for the next one. So Colorado loses to Kansas State. One of their first real ranked opponents. Close game. I'll start off with you. What was your biggest takeaway from that game?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Kansas State is a good team. I'm gonna just say that first of all. First of all, Kansas State is a pretty good team. I think the only thing is I think they're I don't know, man. Coach Prime might be a little bit in over his head when it comes to where his team's at right now. And what I mean by that, I'm gonna emphasize, I mean that right now, Deion Sanders does not have the key pieces. Yes, they did not lose by much. It won only by 3 points. So I respect them for where they was, but I think that they could have beat Kansas State. So, I don't know, man. Shador's a good quarterback. But I think they overplayed this game. That's my opinion. I think it was overplayed. I think there was things that was overlooked, and I think that's the reason why they lost this game.
Is it early league? Early
Bro's
state
gone.
getting
All right.
exposed, bro.
Really got
Oh, Riddell, what do you think?
here you go.
Oh, he's back now. Okay.
Early, you back?
Yeah, my bad. Riddell, your ass so quiet. I forgot you was here, man. Ohio State, Alabama from you, Riddell. I want to get your takes real quick. I know you watching.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, nah, I didn't because I was preoccupied this weekend. But
Okay.
I will say this, that this weekend has definitely highlighted something that I do appreciate for this college season, especially with the playoffs coming up, with it being a 12 playoff race, is the parity. Is Alabama looking suspect not only this week and last week? I don't know what's going on Ohio State, Oregon was a close game. Will Howard did choke at the end. I mean, that's unfortunate. He should have better awareness in that play. He should have known that in that situation, you can't run it like that. You can't hold on to the ball with the clock running down. That's just bad situational awareness. And even like Texas hasn't really played anybody, so it's hard to judge them.
I'm about
Georgia
to say, they've been
got
smoking
cooked.
people, but they ain't played nobody. In Georgia, I don't
Yeah.
think offensively.
I still
think
feel like
offensively.
Texas would run through our defense though, so that's what I'm worried about. Like their
It's
offense
more
is
of a
just so
wait and
dynamic.
see for Texas until they play someone legit. So
I
right
still
now
feel
the
Oregon's
playoffs is
a wait
like
and see still.
anybody could take it. I think Ohio State will take it, but I'm just saying it's
Ain't no
anybody's
way.
game
That
right
Ohio
now.
State defense is bad.
Hey,
Oregon's
man.
still a wait
Some
and
corners
see
was
because
getting
they got
cooked, man.
they got handicapped by that stadium. I'm telling you that was like they really won because of the noise. I'm telling you, bro. Like, and I wouldn't say that just to gas it up. Like, I was genuinely shocked.
Mike, I literally watched the corners get cooked. Like, that ain't got nothing to do. The trenches is where
They
you
did
get the penalties because you get hit nothing. No, they was just literally getting cooked, and when they weren't
Right.
getting cooked, it was holding play.
Well, yeah. Oh no, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying like when it comes to that's why I'm saying it too, because like they were so good on the other side of the ball. That's why I'm saying like it came down to the noise because of the fact that like they were cooking too. Like they were handicapped. If they were in Ohio State, we would have lost that game by 20 because at the beginning of the game they
Real
were
quick,
cooking
Mike
us.
Lonnie, we doing a little
Sorry.
college football, start to show off. We speaking all together. Ohio State, Colorado versus Kansas State, and then we speaking Alabama almost losing to South Carolina. You can chime in when you want to. Go ahead, Mike. Finish what you're saying.
You're muted, Mike.
You muted.
No, that was pretty much it, honestly. I feel like Oregon is a wait and see because of their defense. Their defense is going to get cooked against any top 10 team because of their corners. But I will say their defensive line is really underrated. Jordan Burch is a beast. He will be probably like a third round, maybe second round pick, depending on how he plays. And I think it's Ugalet's brother, actually. That dude is also a freak. That dude won us that game, too, on the defensive line.
I'm not a fan.
Lonnie needs to talk about the Alabama frauds. Like, what's going on? Got lucky, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all should have lost that game. I'm keeping it stat. Hey, talk to us about the Alabama frauds, bro.
Alabama struggled really bad.
They're gonna be all right, man. They had a bad game. They're gonna be all right.
So we're talking about Alabama. I don't give a shit about nothing but the Tide. A win is a win. A win is a win. Did we play good? No. Did Milroe play good? Did he impress me? No. But guess what? We still won anyway, so I really don't care. No, but I am.
But you're not worried going to the season.
I'm concerned
like,
about
Riddell was saying so much parity. Like, you're not worried about that?
No. So here's what I'm worried about: the inconsistencies in our defense. I feel like our defense is young, and I feel like we take too many chances, and I feel like they don't always lock in when they need to. And Milroe, he is up and down, but when he gets going, he's great. But like when he's not, when he gets rattled, when you put hits on him and stuff like that, he ends
y'all
up.
used to seem like y'all was so overpowering, Lonnie, but nowadays it seems like teams can really grind it out with y'all. Like it used to be Alabama, you weren't gonna do nothing with them in the trenches on both sides of the ball. And then the safeties and the corners was so linebacker core was crazy, pass rush was crazy. And then the corner play was so dominant that even if you did get a little something open, which you barely ever got because that D-line was always back there, them corners could lock it up. But nowadays, y'all seem on the same playing foot as everybody else when it comes to
it used to be if you're a top prospect, you either go to Bama, Georgia, or Ohio State. Now you can get a top prospect, you can throw them a few M's, they'll go to Arizona State, or they'll go to Penn State, or they'll go to USC. Like now you can like really
compete
with Alabama, and this is the first year without Nick Saban, so it's like I don't expect it to be like perfect. So like he's the greatest college football coach of all time.
Nick Saban not there. I gotta be again. Let me say this. Y'all get real sensitive about Nick Saban. He's a great college coach. I'll never forgive him for quitting NFL because it was too tough for him and he couldn't talk to them the way he talked to grown men. But I'm gonna say this about Nick Saban though. He did play in an era where he had the power and although he did get that thing together really fast, he played for a long time where it was top heavy. Dog, we talking about Nick Saban so many times. The top 25 prospects, he might get 7 to 10 of them.
Hold
on. What are you?
Like
with basketball too?
He did some great things as a head coach.
You either went to Kentucky.
No, he did.
Wait,
What
he
I'm
did
saying
some-
is that once
in the NFL though, in the NFL he did great things.
Once Nick Saban couldn't just say come to Bama and it evened out a little bit. Now, yeah, they were getting deep, but they wouldn't dominate the way they were. That's why I always say they wouldn't dominate. So I'm saying that when you say Nick Saban not there, it's like, okay, even if Nick Saban was there for that team, do you think you guys are undefeated this year?
It's different.
We might not lose that Vanderbilt game.
Nick Saban might have not played Jalen Milroe because he did not.
I just think the defense would be better consistently.
No, he would have played Milroe.
Milroe would have been
The defense would be better early. That's
what I said.
Yeah, we might beat Vanderbilt because he would have locked that defense.
Also, Nick Saban was a good head coach and he had respect from players. He made I forgot his name, but he made a linebacker switch position into I think he was a D end originally, and then he switched to outside linebacker, won the defensive player of the year. That guy, I've seen an interview where that guy had a lot of respect for him. He did say he was a rah-rah guy. He did say he was rah-rah.
Diggs switch from receiver to, I remember he cried about that shit. He made Trayvon switch from receiver to corner, and it made him an all-pro in the NFL. So I get that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when you say Nick Saban isn't there, yeah, you're right. You're right. He might have locked that defense up. But what I'm saying is that this game has opened up more to where you ain't got the best of your team. Guys like Williams that play for Ohio State, he probably plays for. There are guys now, top corners. Of course, once he couldn't get Travis, he was real pissed off about not getting Travis. He was pissed off about that. Well, but once he couldn't get the top of the top, because you was almost guaranteed the top pick, the top number one guy in the country is almost guaranteed Bama just about. But it just seems like
I don't think he would have let Travis Hunter play two positions. Sorry, Random. Go.
No, but both definitely wouldn't. Go ahead, Random.
Well, F. Dot said it. It's the changing of he's just changing the aspect of college football with NIL, with that stuff. This was going to be a byproduct of it anyway, right? Now he left when he left, and he's been a really big in opposition of NIL and all that, bro. The main reason is because NIL right now is just like the Wild West because there's no regulation yet.
But they haven't found a good way.
But it don't matter.
This nigga was
early. The only reason
and Alvin Kamara, like, dog.
But you can't have a massive recruiting
early. It doesn't matter if it was unfair. Early. It doesn't. No. Early. It doesn't matter if it was unfair.
Back up with D1.
Hold on. Early. It doesn't matter if it was unfair. If it wasn't Nick Saban, it would have been. If, for instance, let me give you a name. It would have been Les Miles. It would have been somebody else. It would have been Urban Meyer. It's just he was the guy that won it because guess what? Even though he had the dominant program, he still go. It's not like he just sent receiver coach B to go get the guy. He still went over. If Nick Saban pulled up to your crib, he had to still sell you on the program because guess what?
Also,
hold on, Michael.
My fault.
Hold on.
After you're done.
If I'm Derrick Henry and I just saw Mark Ingram is there, Alvin Kamara is there. All that he still has to come in there and tell me because guess what? They're still like, I don't have to go to Alabama. I can still go to Georgia. I can still go to Ohio State. I'm Derrick Henry, but he still found a way to get you over there and recruit you to come to that program. It doesn't matter if it's top heavy. You still it don't matter. You still gotta win. That's why he still won. Urban Meyer,
but
it don't matter. You still gotta win though. Early
top recruiting classes are dead.
Think about this.
Like
if I have. Let's do this. If I have, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna make him shut up. If I have, say, Julio, and then I got behind Julio is Odell Beckham, and then my third string receiver is DeAndre Hopkins, it's like, dog, you would literally see how Alabama would get like once players go into the pros, their backup who didn't get no burn, you'd be like, oh, he been this nice, and he was on a bench. Like I remember,
back then Georgia was like that too early.
Yeah,
Georgia had
early
Todd Gurley. Then they had Nick Chubb and Sony Mitchell backing up. The next year they had Nick Chubb and Sony Mitchell.
Early, just because you have the talent,
they almost won.
Early, you know this. You've watched football. Just because you have the talent, it doesn't mean that you're automatically guaranteed to win. Do we need to talk about the dream
also
team?
Top recruiting classes.
When you have all the talent uploaded on one team,
early
that do matter.
Early, you still have to get on the field and win. You still have to get on the field and win. It doesn't matter if you have all the talent.
I remember a year Texas A&M had the number
but
one.
But how hard it is if we play Madden, right? How hard it is for you to beat me if I'm playing with
early? If you're trash, if you're trash at the game, but I got freaking Carolina Panthers, and I'm good at it, and I can still beat you.
Yeah, easily.
Even if we both good at it, if you have
early,
all pro
you're both
team,
good at it, obviously.
early. If you're good at the game and you got the best team, that's good. Nick Saban was good. Nick Saban was a great coach. It wasn't like they called Lincoln Riley and gave him those Alabama teams. Lincoln Riley gonna win all these games. No, he's not.
Like it was just only Alabama. Like I said, there were years where Georgia had the number one recruiting class, Clemson or Ohio State, Texas A&M had the number one recruiting class one time.
Yeah,
so it's like,
but all of those,
he didn't have it a major like for like a good stretch or like multiple times, but it's not like he always
like
always
those
top talent.
It was just no parity.
Those Ohio State,
Oklahoma,
those Ohio State,
2000, 01 Florida, 2002 Ohio State. And every now and then you get a guy come along. So Texas, Florida, LSU, Florida, Alabama, Auburn, Florida. Alabama, Florida, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, Alabama, Clemson. It was the same teams over and over again. You either had Georgia, you either had
drink more water.
Like
one trying to say Nick Saban ain't shit.
Early,
and then you'll get a guy that was so vicious that he like Cam.
No, bro, but like in today's era,
my boy Vince Young at 05. Like you might get a guy who's so nice at quarterback, or he's so dominant, he might beat Alabama for the most part.
But
it was the same niggas playing every year. Ugh.
Yeah. No, in today's era, that stuff is absolutely dead. Like those Florida, Ohio State, Alabama recruiting classes that are just ridiculous. I swear that stuff's gone now.
Did,
like
they're still going on.
No, I know, but it's not going to be as much of a difference as it used to be because you could get any transfer you
the
want.
best quarterback might not play like Alabama, Ohio State, or Georgia. The best
there's going to be other
good
players,
like your boy Baby Mahomes over there. Like that's what I mean by the parity.
Like Oregon rebuilt this team in a year, dude. In a year, they rebuilt this team basically. In a year where they didn't even have that good of a recruiting class. Like I understand, like they were really good last year, but they had a bunch of guys leave. So now I just feel like there's more chance for like the lower level, right below the top, to have better recruiting classes and just get transfers that make them just a way more comparable when they play.
Well, I'll say this to get on to the new age. I want to talk more about Colorado. Travis Hunter did go down. I don't know if it's a serious injury or not. Lost a lot of guys. That O-line they are abysmal. But I'm going to be honest with you. Ain't nobody telling me that Shedeur Sanders isn't QB1 going to the draft.
I've been saying this
he's
for
a top 3 pick next year. The only person that might go before him is his own teammate because he's that dominant on both sides of the ball. Even though he won't play both sides of the ball, he's just that talented as a guy. And not only is Travis Hunter just talented, he's very smart too. So he's not this guy. He actually has the wit to go along with the talent. But man, Shedeur QB1. I don't care what nobody say, dog. What's your take? Does anybody disagree?
I mean, if somebody can disagree, like you guys can go first.
I'm with you early in terms of how good Shedeur played and how bad that O-line was. And you were both raging about that O-line because they were just. I don't know. It was ridiculous.
You give Shedeur Smith that played for Ohio State. You put Shedeur Ohio State.
No, give him an O-line and he's going to be fantastic. But I think right now in terms of prospects, I would still lean Cam Ward because he's bigger, he has a stronger arm, he's more athletic, and when you see him on the field, he looks like it's almost like he's just trolling, like he's just not trying, but he's storming dots.
Yeah,
like,
right.
He's so lazy.
It's like he's ready to go to the pros. Like he low key like, bro, you can tell Shedeur got this demeanor about him. I'm gonna let you cook, Lonnie. That I'm not gonna lie. I almost feel like Shedeur, like I'm doing this for my dad, but I don't. Shedeur could have transferred and went anywhere, bro, in the country. It would have been the number one team in the country, dog. Like he could have went any of these dominant teams, Ohio State, you name it, Alabama. Shedeur go to Alabama, Milroe. Can you move aside? Get the fuck out of the way. Thank you. Move. Thank you very much. Son of the bench. Thank you. You bum. He go to almost any college, and he could have transferred anywhere and got busy, dog. You seen Will Howard? They went and got Will Howard for Iowa State. Like guys is moving around. He could have went to Penn State, wherever. But I feel like he kind of in this mode with like. They're not good enough to win it all, and this is last year, so I'm going to do my best I can when I'm out here. But you can tell he kind of over that, and Deion almost forced him to be there, and it kind of like, you can kind of feel it in his body. I ain't going to lie to you.
Yeah, no, what was I saying? No, yeah, I think like when we're looking at they're going to start looking at the prospects, I think they might favor Cam Ward because like the physical attributes. He's probably gonna run like
No, Cam Ward is that guy, bro.
he's probably
Cam
gonna run
Ward
like
is that guy.
4.5.
Cam Ward can't
Yeah,
fuck
but
with,
like
can't fuck with Shador.
the
Stop it.
stretches,
Stop it.
the stretches that Shador goes on
the
is.
Penn State quarterback
They'll
too.
be like, oh, he has a stronger arm.
A large
he's bigger,
trash.
he's
Never
run-
stop.
But I think
We know
I think-
how these scouts operate.
Garbage.
right. I think Early is onto something though, but I'm gonna take it a little further. I feel like there's another reason why Shador's there, and I feel like it's because they're getting the reason why they're losing. They're just getting out physical, point blank. Like it's just every team that they play that's physical. Like Nebraska, out physical. That's why they lost that game. And you could be as good as you want as a quarterback, but if your running back's getting 15 yards, 25 yards in a game, bro. Like against a top 10 team, especially with the offense, like they still have really good players, but when Travis Hunter goes out there, done. But my thing is like it's gonna prepare him for the league because obviously a lot of the stuff that he's doing right now, he's not gonna be able to do in the league. But it's gonna be important for him to play against teams that are better with less talent. So when he gets to the league, he's more prepared when stuff really hits the fan. And I think it's important because of his personality too. Like he's a little bit of a dissociator, as I was saying. He might really not want to be there, which makes sense. Shador. But I just think it's good that he's going through this now. And I think the last thing I'm saying, then Lonnie, you could go. The stretches that he goes on, I mean, like it's some of the most impressive quarterback play in the league or in college football. So that's why I've been saying it since last year. I think Shador is the best quarterback. I think Cam Ward is fine, but like you're not about to tell me Carson Beck is better than him. You're just not.
No, I'm not
like Manny was trying to say that, and we
get out that. Thank you, Mike. Get out that Carson Beck shit because niggas was saying Carson Beck was. Get out there.
I agree with you, Mike, and early that Shador is better right now. But like when we're looking at like prospects and like their number one pick, they're gonna look at like the physicals and all that. They're gonna be like, oh, Cam Ward has more potential than him. Maybe we should go with him. Also, we know that like they had like some issues with him like early in the season with his character issues, a lot of stuff they were saying. They might be like, oh, he might be a locker room problem. Stuff like
oh, that's gonna They
when
did
it
that
comes to like the draft, they look
at
at physicals and they try to look at negatives. They try to shoot down whoever's the top guy. Shador's the top guy, so they're gonna say, oh, he doesn't have an elite arm, which he does like in terms of arm strength. He doesn't have an elite arm.
That shit does not matter.
And I'm talking about like how these people draft. They're gonna say he doesn't have elite arm strength, and they're gonna say that Cam Ward has a lot higher ceiling. That's what they're gonna say.
But if he can get to a system, do you agree? It's over.
No, I think like I said, Shador is better right now. But does Cam Ward have more potential than Shador? Yeah.
How?
Off of physicals, he has more potential.
How? But explain. Don't just say physicals. Explain.
Okay. Yeah.
He has a bigger arm. He's faster. He's more athletic. He runs his system well. Like I said, like when you watch Cam Ward play, it's like he's trolling. Like the way he just flings it. He's just like what? He's just like I don't care. Like this is too easy.
What do you got to do a quarterback?
What you say?
Early. Hold on, real quick. Early, you acting like people don't take. Anthony Richardson was literally picked for his physical measurables in the first round.
Literally 3.
So despite the fact that man, but it's what happened. It's what happened though. So that's why I'm sitting there. These things matter. These things matter. Plus, I know Deion. First of all, Deion has said some things that are going to ruffle some people in the league in terms of the places that he wants Shador and Travis to go. So if the Giants call up and they're like, "Hey, we're going to draft Travis," and if Deion's like, "No, he's not," Deion's like, "No, he's not going." That's going to matter. We've already oh shit, am I frozen? Lonnie has said his the character issues that he's done, the fact that I don't care that Colorado State was talking mess before the game. You're the quarterback. They're coming up to give you a dap after the game. You can't be like, "Yo, yeah, I saw you talking mess on Instagram." That stuff matters in the process.
I'll tell you that much. It's not flying in the NFL.
But after that, when Tom Brady do it, we don't say nothing about it.
Tom Brady has never. First of all, you've never caught Tom Brady saying that.
Stop it. I watched Tom Brady on the field.
Tom Brady walked straight to the sideline when he lost to Nichols. He walked straight to the exit.
Stop. You're not turning.
He walked straight.
I know you're being nasty right now, but I'm not letting this go because you've never.
He walked straight to the exit.
You know what happens? You know what happens if that happens? We roast Tom Brady for walking off the field, not catching him cussing at another
No, he
player
wins.
after the game on Instagram or on national television. He just walks off the field and we roast him for that. You don't put yourself in that position as a quarterback. And also, yeah, they're going to give Tom Brady more leverage than most quarterbacks because he's the greatest of all time. The same way they'll give LeBron leverage if he did it before you try to turn it into something that this shouldn't be. They always give better players more leverage.
To turn it to what Early wants to turn it into, we know that Shador is going to be under a microscope because of the color of his skin. We know that he's going to be treated more harshly. And so the fact that he is an educated black man and he knows the situation
to figure that out.
and he knows the prejudice that comes with being a black quarterback, and he still puts himself in these situations where he says dumb shit.
Talk about him, MC Robinson.
It's the right thing. It's the right thing at that moment. But guess what? You don't have a career in the NFL to think about, MC Robinson.
Y'all like the refs.
It's called being a bigger person.
Y'all see who hit second and not who hit first.
That's how it always works. That's how it always works.
But yeah, I just
nasty,
think
that's the game. This isn't anything new. That's
they
why
don't have.
Regardless,
it don't matter if it's a rivalry game, bro. Georgia, Alabama don't like each other. But tell me a time a Georgia quarterback has done what Shador did. Tell me a time.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a time. It was NFL Sunday today, so I'll tell you this much. We can move on, but I'll tell you this much. I'm gonna stand on Shador being the best quarterback of that draft, and I see you guys.
They're gonna see Cam Ward run the 40.
All he needs is
that's good. Hey, look. Hey, random. Take him then, nigga. Just don't. Hey, Panthers, don't you take him. Don't you pull Bryce Young twice. Don't you take him over Shador.
No, Shador's the best quarterback. I don't know if he'll be the first quarterback picked.
All right, we'll see.
All I'm saying, if he goes into a system, it's game over. If he goes into a system, game over.
A good system, but a good OC.
Yeah. That's what I meant by
Sunday,
that,
fellas. NFL Sunday. A lot of great games. My guy Riddell's not here to do his hot topic, quick thing, but we'll do a quick blitz. We'll go over the games this week. Let me get these games down, Pat. We'll glaze through a couple games, a lot of games this week. We'll start off with let's see, run through some games. All right, Patriots versus Jaguars. Started the day off. They were in England. Hey, man.
Bears, Jaguars?
Yeah, Bears, Jaguars.
Bears, Jaguars. What we thinking about the Bears, Jaguars game? Absolute blowout.
It was a complete slaughter. What else is to say about it? Caleb Williams came out there and did his job.
Caleb had his best game this season.
Caleb Williams is looking more and more like that guy that was promised that he said he would be. He's looking more and more like that guy, and they're starting to look more and more like they're one of those teams.
I'm going to say it again. Stop talking about how good niggas play versus bad teams. We fellas, we are in the week 6. We ain't learned yet.
Nope.
We ain't learned yet.
But we do gotta highlight when guys play
Derek
good
Carr
games.
was the MVP after 3 weeks. Come on, we ain't learned yet. Stop it. Random, talk to me.
Look, like Caleb Williams is probably, I think, maybe the best, because I was able to watch this from start to finish. This is probably the best I've seen him play. It does help that he's a rookie, and he was putting, for instance, the fade that he threw to Keenan Allen right over the hands of the corner on a goal line fade, a magnificent throw. Now his line, I still have questions about his line. Sometimes he still holds the ball a little too long for me, but he's a rookie. He played well in a different environment where he didn't have pieces of his defense were not there. Like Jaquan Brisker didn't play. He wouldn't even travel with the team. He was at home.
Wasn't he the only rookie quarterback that won today?
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not going to say that when one of them literally played the Baltimore Ravens and he was playing the Jags. So I'm not
incredible.
Yeah, and so was it? He played well in a new environment, taking a team traveling to, especially when you're playing. We say what we want about the Jags. The Jags are used to playing in London. Ironically, this is the first loss Trevor Lawrence has ever had in that stadium. By the way, the first loss he's ever had, and he played well enough that I'm not willing to say like for instance, Nick Wright thinks that Caleb could take that team to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that, but he played well enough. I'm very encouraged to see what he got. They get this little mini bye after this, and let's see what happens afterwards.
But are we done with Trevor Lawrence?
No.
I
Can I-
think
wait.
you're done with Doug Peterson. I don't think you're done
Doug
with Trevor.
Peterson, Press Taylor is a terrorist.
I mean,
bro.
you're
You seen the
saying
press
they're
conference he did?
terrorists.
You seen the interview he did right before halftime? He know he fired. He defeated. He know he fired.
Yeah.
I
mean-
thought they weren't gonna let him
Hey,
come back with the team from London. That's what I thought.
I mean, I'll
but-
just say this: Caleb Williams played great. I think he needs to get to his checks faster, like just check down stuff like that, which is rookie stuff, as Random pointed out. But I think there's just stuff that he does that only like Young on Trent's channel said that he was going to be top 10 this year, and I didn't fully agree with that. But I think there's just stuff that he does talent wise that's top 10 because of the certain stuff that he's doing.
Except throw the ball DJ Moore.
The pick was a bad throw. It wasn't even a bad read, but yeah. And then I just feel like the Jaguars defense is just cooked. Like Trevor, whatever. I've already bashed Trevor. The Jaguars defense is cooked, dude. They're
Yeah,
cooked.
The Jags defense is terrible.
So the Jags, but drink more water. Put it up. I also thought the Jags receivers did sell Trevor a little bit today.
Yeah, Gabe Davis dropped 2 passes.
They
I know he
always
had 2
do.
touchdowns, but
That's
they
not
all were.
surprising.
They weren't playing good either.
But also, I'll be honest with you. I think Trevor, he get real jittery in the pocket where I feel like he flees too much a lot of time. Where like stick it out a little bit
Offensive
sometimes.
line
Like,
is
sometimes Trevor, I feel like he lead before he should, and it almost looks Danny Diamish.
He doesn't trust his own.
Lonnie, anything to say? F. Dot Mo.
Yeah, I'll go.
I mean, it
I'll
did
go.
just come from getting hit a lot, so I would think that he would, he'd be a little jittery. I would be too.
Go ahead, Lonnie.
No, because I think I said on the Wednesday show that Caleb's gonna take another step because the secondary's so trash. He's gonna gain a lot of confidence, and he played even better than I thought he was gonna play. So I'm happy about that. I am mad about DJ Moore because he was in 2 of my leagues. Oh, and I'm totally off Travis Etienne. I'm totally off.
Off him.
Yeah, Gigsby is running back 1 from now on.
Yeah.
And I'm benching
Start
Travis.
I'm all day running back.
Tank Travis.
I'm gonna add on to that, Lonnie. Travis Etienne, he cannot run in between tackles to save his life.
It's over, dude.
He has no more bursts. Like before he came in the league, he had bursts, he had wiggle. I don't know where
His first 2 years, he was 1,200 yards.
Yeah.
Which I think wrong with him. F. Dot.
I don't know where it went.
I don't know where it went.
Something might be wrong with him. I don't know where it went.
Maybe time to play
maybe.
for the Jaguars.
Maybe
This is like a Tony
He also
Pollard.
fumbles a lot. I noticed
does
he fumbles a lot too.
Yeah, no, I'm done with them.
This looks like a Tony Pollard when he left. He was injured. Like he had some sort of issue, and he just didn't look the same. And I think he just has something lingering under the table that he doesn't want to talk about because that can lead to like you having less leverage in contract negotiations and stuff. Usually, guys keep
quick
stuff under
question,
the
and we
table.
move on. Do the God damn, y'all was hold up, Bucks. I ain't really y'all won 51-27. Happy y'all was up 30 came sideways. Y'all was up 37-27 in the 4th quarter. Where y'all scored them points? Anyway,
They had some late game touchdowns.
Yeah, late game. Baker had a pick where he was throwing the slant, the right read, but the D lineman puts his hand up, and Cam Jordan just happened to be there. But I thought Baker's playing his best football right now, and I think he could. Now, are the Bucks, if the Bucks are going to go play the 49ers tomorrow in the playoff game, are they winning that game? I'm saying no, but it's going to be a way closer game than you think. Are they?
Why not, though, Randall? Do they score more than us?
I think it's going to be turnover piece.
I just think.
No, this is Baker's worst turnover game, fellas. Let's not act like Baker been turning it over all season.
I don't want to act like that. I don't want to act like that.
I literally just said, I literally just said he's playing his best football.
He had a great game.
Just because you looked at now, did he have a few balls that could have been picked? You can say that almost every game for almost any quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Now, don't let the stats from or the turnovers from his game not tell you when the game was in the balance. Baker was making plays with his feet.
The plays.
He was making plays, especially with his feet. The one thing I've really been impressed with Baker this year is his pocket mobility. He's really been moving around. He had his last touchdown that I saw because I was too busy doing some stuff football. When he had that and he was able to move the safety over so he could hit his Cade Otton on the left side of the end zone because he was able to just look in the pocket. Cade Otton was like his third read on that play, and then he found him back, hit him right low, way we couldn't get it. Baker's playing fantastic. Now, FA, I'm not as bullish on. I'm not saying dark horse MVP candidate. You have another game like this, you out. I understand it. It's not all his fault, but you have another 3 interception game. in a MVP race whatsoever, but it was good, especially once it's turned out to be a little bit of a shootout because Spencer Rattler also played well, in my opinion, for his first start.
Yes.
And they were
The
going back and
unexpected
forth.
X factor in this game, bro.
And
I just
I'll
think-
F dot, my bad, and I'll let you go.
No, you good. You good.
But
No, you good.
I really like the Bucks. Do you have to shore up some stuff in your defense? Absolutely. I don't think Devin White is the answer, Hefe. But if you go need linebacker help, you might as well get somebody that already know your system.
Exactly, bro.
But that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I think Baker had a good game. I only brought up the turnovers just based off of like if we're looking at like,
My fault. What game we on?
The
Bucks Saints.
Damn, y'all already on the Bucks. That's a good game, man. I ain't want to blaze through that. But all right, go ahead.
So yeah, when I had brought up the turnovers, I was basically just because we had brought up the playoff scenarios.
Turnovers nasty.
So, no, it is nasty. No, I was just saying like you just can't have that in important games when you're playing better competition. That's all. But Baker had a great game.
That's true.
It was like his turnovers were real like unfortunate turnovers. It wasn't like bad reads. Like I think it was only one pick where it was just like, all right, you can't throw that. I think he had a good game. I think Chris Godwin, he had an amazing game, bro. He was open.
We done with the Saints?
Call him 7-11. He was open 24/7.
We done with the Saints?
I think you kind of have to be done
that
with them.
defense is cooked, bro.
Well, all it is now, if I think
Terrible
Mo
tackling.
said it in the Telegram, it's Spencer Rattler's job now. Now you use the rest of the season to see how good he actually is and what you can do to build around.
Yeah,
him.
why would you do any? Also, Baker just really knows how to rifle the ball now. Like sometimes he doesn't throw it that hard because he knows he doesn't have to. And I feel like at the beginning of his career, he was just rifling it too much, just being too aggressive on the Browns. And now he's figured it out.
Did I make you cook Hefe about your team?
I'm just waiting, Chief.
No, I was about to say, his game's
Sean
matured.
Tucker did go crazy too.
Yeah, I mean, he could go. I was just going to say
that could be the best running back on that team. I know Bucky Irvin,
Tucker went crazy,
but you need a thumper. You need a thumper, Hefe, and he's
after that fumble with Bucky Irvin versus the Falcons. I'm so done with that nigga, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm done with him.
Oh, I ain't done with him. Not at all. Not at all.
Is it
I
my
think
turn?
Rattler played well. I think you got to give Rattler
Go ahead, Lon.
No, this was probably
Please, is it my turn?
This was probably the best game of the week. I was impressed by the Bucks, the Saints. Damn, y'all! I knew you were gonna get.
You said this is the best game of the week.
No, both. It was a good game throughout until like the end of the fourth quarter. Baker did make some mistakes, but he still played phenomenal overall. I was really impressed with him and Chris Goodwin. I didn't think Chris Goodwin was going to play like that. And yeah, no, the Bucks are looking dangerous, and the Saints look fraudulent, like I have been saying since week one. So, the defense is cooked. Dennis Allen, this is probably his last year coaching, and I don't want to hear Alvin Kamara is running back one. I don't want to hear it.
All right,
Not even no.
Kamara's good
no.
though. Stop that.
That whole line wasn't blocking.
Go ahead, Hefe.
Man, this is a
Lamar
beautiful
was killed
game.
for Alvin Kamara, but go ahead, Hefe.
This is a beautiful game, guys. This was a beautiful game. It was a slugfest early on where the refs played a big part in the first half. It was a lot going on, man. But it was like if I could put it anyway, like I don't know how many of y'all got brothers or grew up with siblings, but when your parents tired of hearing it, they just let you go at it. They just let you go at it. It's like y'all need to settle it. Y'all just need to settle it. And it got to the point in this game where at the second half, you could tell the Bucks was just like, man, let's settle this. Spencer Rattler came to ball, He came to ball. I respect the kid. The kid came out from the first pass he made. I said, oh, man, Derek Carr's job is gone. I told Mo. Me and Mo watched the game together. I told Mo, after the first pass he made, I said, Derek Carr's job is done. It's gone. It's gone. He can't do this. He can't do this right here.
It's me.
But what, like Baker showed that if you put the game on his shoulders early, he can make mistakes. He showed he's human today. And granted, New Orleans, vicious with turnovers. I think they lead the league, especially in the red zone. They nasty. They get the ball, they take the ball away. They're really good at it. But when we showed that we could show up with and for Baker, we ran the ball, we played complimentary defense. Saints was done. After that, the Saints was done. It was no more superhero Baker. It was no more. It was let's run the ball, expose them for trying to cover all our receivers, and beat them up. And we ran the ball for almost 300 yards. Very physical game, beautiful game, bro. Like the end did not tell the whole story of that game. The end of the game did tell the whole story of that game. Saints came to play, man. And I'm telling you, they stand behind Rattler more than they stand behind Carr. I know Mo probably gonna say that, but watching them, they stand with Rattler more than they stand with Carr.
Yeah, I think it's early too, but I get you.
It's great how it was how I was right how Derek Carr was going to lose his job this year. It's just so great. After the pressure Mo was putting me under after the first 2 weeks. Like
Mo,
that,
you want to talk?
was
You talk yet, Mo?
Mo can go. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna let everybody say whatever they're gonna say.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
done,
we got
dude.
to shit off. Go ahead, Mo. Talk to me.
Well, first of all, I talked about this the when I said, regardless of Derek Carr's first 2 weeks, when I seen the downfall of the last 3 games, I said that it's just a matter of time. He just
the receivers do better though, Mo.
Unfortunately, Rattler was blessed by his injury, and he was able to
blessed by another man's injury. Crazy.
But unfortunately, he was blessed through that. But at the end of the day, Rattler came today, and he gave his team. It was 2 turnovers. He caused 2 turnovers today, but that's okay. It's your first rookie game against a division game, one of the biggest division games in the league, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure in a lot of people's opinion. Tampa's a good team. They had everybody today. Everybody was going full throttle. They was playing for, the storm and stuff like that happened. I respect them. Tampa is a very, very talented team. Baker this was his best game this year, maybe of his career.
Yeah.
So I respect that. I respect Tampa, man. They came to play. I was very mad today. Kind of almost messed up my mood. It was my son's birthday, so I had to keep my smile on my face, but it was a great game, man, and we did a lot better than I expected us to. I'm very happy about Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler, man, it's okay. Keep your head up. Keep going, man. Everything's going to be okay. You got a team around you, dude. And next year, maybe it's just going to be a lot different. It won't be maybe. It's going to be a lot different.
Okay, gotta have a short memory in the NFL.
Let's move on. Go through some games. Packers, Cardinals. Anything special you want to say on this game?
Can I start
with it?
Go ahead.
I thought can go. No, I thought you go first. You got it.
I bet. Okay, cool. So in the beginning of that first half was bad. The Cardinals defense, their safeties is terrible. I was watching this whole game. The safeties are terrible. What's his name? I forgot buddy's name, but he was bad. Evan Williams, the rookie for the Packers, that safety, he was making plays all game. He's getting that MVP for that defense. He was balling. He had a forced fumble. He had a couple tackles. He was everywhere making plays. Kyler did not show up. I'm a big Kyler guy, and he did not show up. He did not show up until he had a good second half. He was connecting with Trey McBride.
Marvin did get hurt though early.
Marvin did get hurt, and he was connecting with Trey McBride, which was cool to see.
Another concussion.
Yeah, that was bad. I think that definitely affected how their offensive plan was. But overall, just a bad game with the Cardinals. Jordan Love easily had his best game this season. He was throwing crazy throws, great throws. That wide receiver core is very compliment. Like they're real. They play real good with each other. It's a good game though overall. This was my upset of the week, but obviously they Cardinals didn't win. So
anybody else?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm buying in all stock on the Packers defense. I said that they have opportunity to be top 10 guaranteed, and I feel like if these guys continue to play the way they're playing, they're top 5 defense. You got Jair Alexander on one side. You got good safety play, great safety play. You got Rashawn Gary. You got D tackle, forgot his name, but you got guys on this defense, and I think that's what we're underrating about the Packers. We thought that Jordan Love played good, and he's playing well this season. But this Packers defense is really becoming the anchor, and I'm buying in all stock on them. That's all I have to say.
Anybody else?
No, Jordan Love played good. Dobbs had a bounce back after that whole suspension debacle thing.
Yeah, got busy.
Oh, a dev that it was not a dot. You need to look up what a dot is. But no, Marvin
He made
Harrison.
me mad when he said that.
Concussions are weird, but like when someone just like is walking and they just like crumble to the ground, that's bad. So hopefully
That's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope they like just take him out for the next few weeks, just as precaution, because you don't want someone that was literally just walking like they're fine and stumble to the floor playing the next week.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
No.
Yeah, because he just folded. He just folded. So it's like, he shouldn't play next week.
Also, Kyler Murray is more comfortable with these receivers over Marvin Harrison. Do not want to hear that anymore. I just don't. I just never wanted to, and nobody said it here, but somebody's missing who was trying to push that narrative, and that has to be deaded today. That is dead.
He did miss the
Packers-
touchdown to Xavier Weaver, though.
Packers destroyed the Cardinals the way I thought they would, so I'm gonna move on. Let's go Browns and nope, not yet, because I wanted to bash him. Let's go blowouts. Texans versus Patriots. Anything impressive on this game?
I thought no. Give me the floor. Give me the floor.
Go ahead.
Oh, shoot.
So, Patriots, they went against my wishes and they started Drake May with the worst O-line in the league, second most pressures in the league. No, number one in pressures, second in sacks. And Drake May was getting his ass whooped. There was a good 7 or 8 hits. That was like, yeah, this is why I don't want to play him. But other than that, he was competing. He was competing with the Texans. He was whooping. He was making play after play with his legs, with his arm. He threw that dot to Douglas for the touchdown. That was beautiful. Like, you literally saw the immediate talent that he had. And if you actually give him an O-line, if you actually give him some weapons, it's gonna be scary. So yeah, we got our next quarterback. You saw it immediately. He wasn't hesitant.
Luther Burden.
He was making those big throws. But no, the offensive line is bad, and I think we lost another O-lineman today, so it's gonna get even worse. And yeah, I'm just worried that he's gonna get hurt throughout the season because he can't be taking all these big hits. But they also can't block for more than half a second. But other than that, yeah, Drake May, I gave him like an 8 out of 10 performance. He really did his thing. That's it.
I bet. Good shit. I believe that the Patriots, I think it's tank time now for them. I think that first couple of weeks, honestly, defense was actually really superb. Shout out to the Texans for blowing these boys out and doing what they were supposed to do. Your boy Will Anderson had 3 sacks. Cooking. My biggest thing that I take away from this is that they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with their receivers for the Texans, because you saw Tank have a great game. Stephon's there, but I think Stephon and Tank are kind of too similar, where we know that once Nico come back, he made number one, but they got to figure out getting rid of one of them, honestly.
Stephon had a great game, though.
Well, they just played out for the year.
No. What I'm saying is that between Stephon and Tank, because Tank don't get no love when Nico there.
It's still early though. It's the first season they're all together.
Yeah, this is Tank's second year on his rookie contract, and Stephon.
I think you gotta give this a little more.
But you see how he was his number. Tank, if you watched him last year, Tank was down there his number one at times.
Yeah.
But they had to meet
people. Leaves, then he just goes back to that old role.
Yeah. But if they can figure it out, they can be that much more dynamic.
I mean, it also looks different when you have.
But they lost him today.
Yeah, Nico had his season, and also the third receiver was Robert Woods. Wood. So of course he's going to get more targets. I think right now they just have to. I don't think splitting them up right now, because you want to maximize this window that you have with CJ Stroud. Getting rid of the talent to me is not worth it, because there's nobody else. You're telling me, let's just say they get rid of Stephon Diggs, like you said early. Who's the receiver that's going to step up that one game where for some reason Nico Collins is covered and Tank Dell can't get open? That's what Stephon. Yes.
When is that?
Yeah. Still, they
Joe Mixon.
Why would they trade any of them? That doesn't make any sense.
So right. From everything we've seen. Now, could maybe next year could this be a problem? Let's just say as Tank Dell is
Stephon's under the 1-year contract, by the way. So.
But next year because Stephon's gonna be gone.
Yeah. So my only reason you're looking at right now, and right now I think the offense is run well, especially now that Joe Mixon is back, so they have another guy who can really
Yeah,
because he only had 13 carries today, and he went over
100
100
yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a touchdown.
Carries,
Yeah,
100 yards.
So I think right now just maximize this because you like we're all saying we all probably understand that unless something crazy happens, Stephon Diggs is not coming back. So maximize this
passing
window
game
with the
is
things that you
still-
have, and you have everything that you need from the explosive guy when Nico comes back. You have another guy in Tank who can get shifty and can probably take something, and then you have the guy who should be able to catch every clutch ball you need on third down, and especially as you come to the playoffs because
Their
everybody else
passing
is
game is still
new,
the anchor of this
and you have a
team.
guy, and then
Do
you
you
have
think they need?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
still
not
need a
do
passing
they
game.
need, but
They s-
do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think they're contenders?
yes.
Yes, but they're contenders.
If
Their
they're-
passing
they're
game is
three
their
teams-
anchor of their team.
If there are three
That's why they
teams in the
need them.
NFC right now
How
who
many-
are contenders, the Texans are one of them.
Early. How
Along
many,
with
how
the
many
Chiefs.
sacks did you say Will Anderson had?
3.
And do they still have CJ Stroud?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, they're
If there are three
Also-
teams in the AFC who are contenders, the Texans are one of them. The Texans
Also-
may be the only person
Yeah.
to stop the Chiefs from going to Super Bowl. If you look at it, they beat
Patriots
everybody
and-
else. They have never faced the Texans. They never faced these Texans. So
The Patriots need to
I
go
think-
all
yeah.
in on Luther Burden. They need
All
to
right,
go
well,
all in on Luther Burden.
All right, cool. Well, let's move on. Let's go to blowouts. First and
go ahead and
foremost,
get to Dallas, bro. Go ahead and get to Dallas.
yeah, get Dallas.
If we just
Dallas
get it out the
versus-
way,
No,
so I
no,
can
wait,
stop talking about
wait, because it's a bunch of bullshit games. So we're gonna talk cool. Let's go. Chargers versus Broncos. How we feel about that game? I could care less.
No, I'm kidding. I'm playing.
No, I'll say this.
Herbert had a good game.
That's
I don't
true.
even have
JK had a good game.
I can't believe the Broncos got spanked like that,
Pat
bro.
Surtain, man.
They didn't really get spanked. They got my touchdown. They didn't get spanked. They came back towards the end. You
Well,
probably watched
they were up
it.
20-0. That game just
Yeah.
showed me how much the Chargers
hardball, man.
really. It just showed me how much the Chargers really need to be true contenders in the AFC, because obviously Herbert's playing well. Herbert played as well as he could have, but I still think they still think they need another receiver. And you saw they let their running back come through.
JK.
Oh crap! Am I freezing? Was I frozen?
No, you good. No, you good.
Was I
bro.
frozen?
You good? You
good,
talking the
bro.
whole time.
Oh my god, bro. Oh.
Oh man, now it
I'm
froze.
gonna leave and come right back because I want to dive into this a little bit. Okay, let me leave and come back, please, because I gotta fix this shit.
All right. Anybody got anything to say?
Yeah, Pat Surtain, man, he went down. Hopefully, he have a fast recovery, a speedy recovery. That defense definitely, you could tell the difference when he was gone for sure. It was like a little fourth quarter comeback. Bo Nix was trying to, garbage time. If you want to call it garbage time, it was cool. JK went off. That defense was all right. Justin Herbert played good. So it was a cool game overall.
John Harbaugh putting his implement on this team. They're running the ball. J.K. Dobbins is having a resurgence here. That's great. And random can go after I say this. Bo Nix is they just don't have enough, man. They just don't. Their only way they can win is roughhousing on defense and causing absolute chaos to the other team. And I'm not going to evaluate Bo Nix on whether he can be successful or not, but they don't have enough. They just don't. Cortland Sutton, not enough. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cortland Sutton is no. I don't think he's no longer a number one. Especially he's only had 1,000 or 2,000 yard seasons. Well, I think he's been injured most of his career. But no, the Broncos just didn't have enough firepower. Yeah, I hope PS2 gets back quickly. But the Chargers, they're a good, solid team, and they can definitely thug it out with anybody. They're a run heavy, strong defense team, so they can.
Greg
type of
Roman,
team. They have the formula to beat anybody on any given Sunday.
Number 2 in the division.
So my only thing when I look at the Chargers, I think they're a year away from being.
They still have
a
receivers.
true. They need a receiver. They need a receiver. Because at least maybe if this receiving core, because first of all, I can't say none of their names except for one guy, right? Whoever that dude that caught that ball today, and I listened to the announcer say his name, and I still couldn't say it. So, I think whether and also Quentin Johnson did he come back? I wasn't able to watch the rest of that game. Did he come back after his injury?
I don't think he did.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
They got it. It's a young core. I think what they need is a veteran receiver. That's what I think they need. They need
someone
so
who
for
can
instance,
do something though.
somebody
They
like
need
what
somebody-
somebody like what Robert Woods was for the Texans last year. He's not going to have like 60 catches, but he's going to be a guy in the locker room, guy who helps him learn how to watch film, all that. He's going to probably have 40 catches in the season. Like, that's what
can
I
get
think they
open a
really
little
need.
bit.
Yeah, and
Are we speaking on?
the Chargers. I think they need a veteran receiver. I think they're a year away from being somebody who could say, "Oh, they should make the playoffs." Maybe they could beat the Chiefs in a meaningful way. When it comes to that. I
Teams
just
get
think
better
right now they're
too,
just
so
a
we'll
year
see.
away from.
This is the year to draft a receiver.
I do believe Greg Roman needs to get more balance though for that team to like really hit their potential. Because when
That's
I don't know
always
that
the question.
yeah, that's the question for me for the Chargers.
It's always the question with Greg Roman,
especially in the playoffs. Because you know defense is going to be on that in the playoffs. You're going to have to open.
Greg Roman
Justin
can't
Herbert
adjust.
has the talent. He can't adjust. He can't. He can't adjust at all. So
He
I'm
fits
curious
well
to
with
see
John or Jim.
Yeah, he does.
He fits well, but like he can't adjust. It's like Zach Taylor. It's like these guys. If you can't adjust, goodbye, bud.
Yeah.
Goodbye. You shouldn't be a coach.
Gonna come around and people gonna scheme. Everybody knows Greg Roman's scheme. His route concepts are very basic. And then when you don't have the wideouts out there, and your route concepts are very basic, bro, you're gonna get boxed. Like they're gonna be on that, especially when you're in the playoffs playing against.
You know that's what Greg Roman does. Out of anyone, you know the route combinations ain't nothing.
They're so basic. It's not even funny, bro. He runs like shit that third graders run. Seriously. But his running concepts are elite. Like, I mean, it's elite. That's why JK is going off. He's having his resurgence. But that's my question for them.
Yeah, I get it to a degree, but it's like if you get a receiver and he's doing the same stuff, like, all right, bro, get out. Like and that's the problem with Greg Roman is he's probably not going to do anything else. Sorry, that's it.
Let's move on to another game. Colts versus the Titans. Let me start by saying I'm done with Will Levis. You will never see me speak on Will Levis.
Yo.
But everybody know here, I know Will Levis fan. You'll never see me speak on Will Levis again. I'm done with that nigga altogether. The Titans, man, I feel for Brian Callahan. But also, Calvin really just can't catch, guys. And I'm tired of seeing him play football, honestly, man. Get that nigga off the field, man.
And then early, he gonna be mad in the post game talking about pass me the ball early in the game.
He said he wanted to be involved in the game.
You've been dropping the ball. That's why you wasn't involved.
How selfish is that? I'm dropping the ball. Nigga literally was dropped. And nothing is what you mean early in the game. They was involved early. Bro, you wasn't catching passes, big dog.
You have 8 targets. Why are you complaining about not getting the ball?
Why are you complaining about not getting the ball?
0 yards and 0.
The nigga had 8 targets for 1 catch.
That's ridiculous.
Man,
that's ridiculous.
I'm done. Both them teams are abysmal, but I will say this much, man. AR needs to sit the fuck down. I'm sorry for cussing, but you are not ready. And I'm be honest with you, man. Just watching.
You're nasty for that, early.
Watching Joe Flacco play, dog.
I saw that.
Dog, but think about this though, Michael. You're sitting there and this.
No, not that. For the comment.
We would literally.
Michael, that was me.
Hold on, real quick. We were literally in sports.
Sorry, early.
We were literally in sports when a dude is not productive. We'll say he's trash. We do it all the time. All the time. Oh, he washed. Oh, he sucked. Oh, he ain't all that. So this is a league where if you don't produce, even if it's your fault, we don't care. Now, for the guys that do get a chance and they don't produce, we make fun of them. You know, I gave Drake London a hard time, but Drake London looked damn decent this year. But when we look at guys like Downs literally couldn't get nothing done. The last 2 or 3 games that Joe has played, Downs has looked like one of the best slot receivers in the game. Like, or at least a top weapon to talk about.
A good one. For sure. And
so when you got players on your team that you can't even unlock on your team because you the way you play football, and I gotta be honest with you, you can tell by the way that they play football with Joe Flacco there, that's how they want to play football. Because I said it from the
They have a good offense. They have a good play caller.
Why is the ball so damn much? I don't understand that. He's a rookie.
Because he's not a vet like Joe Flacco.
Because they see the splash plays.
Because Steichen can't trust him, dude. Steichen trusts Joe Flacco completely, so his play calls are gonna be way better. He has to spam the run with Anthony Richardson right now because he can't make the proper reads. Also, this is what you get when you trash your quarterback after like 2 weeks. I get he's been playing bad, but that doesn't help it either. I'm down on everything Titans. I'm with early. Down every single piece.
That defense, though.
Brian Callahan should be
But you gotta understand,
Brian Callahan should
be
be fired like Urban Meyer was first year. He should be gone after this year. Honestly, I don't care. But whatever, it doesn't really matter that much.
But it's like, what is he working with though? Like, can we fire?
Yeah, but it's just how you handle the situation to me.
I'm be honest.
No, that's true. That's OD. But
as much as I hate Will Levis, I'm being honest too, man. D Hop trying his best. He did throw a couple bad balls, D Hop, but man, other than I'm gonna say Tony Pollard, like that receiver coach is trash, man. That receiver coach, absolute garbage.
It's just a really bad team.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's a bad team.
That's saying something with Pollard. That's saying something with Pollard being good. Like Pollard's been good, and it's still that bad. Because
I like Tajay Spears.
I didn't expect him to be that good. So yeah.
Yeah, I like Najee Spears, but I like Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, I don't know if he's beefed up a little bit.
He's healthy now.
He's pounding.
No, he's just healthy.
He's pounding.
That's what I realized. He was injured last year, I think.
Either way, both them teams need to do a lot of work this offseason. We'll move on to the Browns and Eagles. Well, let's go. We'll go Steelers and Raiders first. Steelers and Raiders. Anything y'all see here? Don't be fooled if you didn't watch the game. My boy did not have a good game. He had a regular game. Defense just dominated like they do always.
Of course.
Najee masterclass.
At least they got 30 points.
I want to say no. Najee ball.
About time.
Yeah, Najee about time, baby. About time.
Najee can have sparks, but I'm with B though. B gives a lot of hate to Najee, but it's like you're gonna need to do this more consistently if you want to be taken seriously. It's a good step
Jalen was back
forward,
too, so that might have helped, man. Jalen was definitely back
for sure. You gotta be more consistent. You gotta be more consistent. So.
Yeah,
and it was against the Raiders defense. I mean, their run defense is middle.
Okay, yeah, early. The Raiders are done. Raiders are good. Raiders might be last.
I'm done. I've been done.
They can't even. I don't know if they can beat the Broncos, dog.
I'm confused. Why they bench Gardner Minshew? Like what? He wasn't playing that bad. I'm confused.
Probably because they wanted to take him out.
I think the Raiders are
running O'Connell isn't much better.
I think the Raiders are right the wall, and they want one of them top. They want one of them top guys next year. I think that's all it is.
Yeah.
But I don't think O'Connell's going to get the job. I just think they took him out.
They just want to lose.
He's just getting hit so much, and there's no point of them to be in when you can't win.
I feel for Matt Crosby because when you got to go through that phase where y'all suck,
and it's prime too early.
Sucks, man.
I mean, bro, but with the Raiders, there is no other phase than sucking. They always suck, and they're just not complete enough as a franchise to make it work. It's just like
Justin Fields still struggled today.
Yeah, he did. But at least they got 30. At least they
got a lot of turnovers on defense, but gave them field position for sure.
Tomlin's gonna find a way to fumble this season somehow.
But Christian Wilkins and
Justin Fields keeps playing bad
because of how they ran the ball down their throat.
Nah, Michael, you're right, bro.
Like
they play Jets next week.
Like their defense is so good, like they should make the playoffs. Though the way that the Bengals are playing, like the Bengals, if they freaking don't make it, and if they put in Russell Wilson, he plays good at the end when they can't get in. Oh my God. All hell's gonna break loose in Pittsburgh.
They're gonna go 9-8 or 8-9. It's gonna be one of the two, bro.
Just to be sure, it's the same old. Raiders just suck, and the Steelers' defense is amazing.
Yeah, that's really it. Ain't nothing.
All right, let's get to the Falcons and Panthers game. No, I want to go Browns Eagles first. Browns Eagles. Let me start by saying that. Can we finally say Jalen Hurts sucks? No, not yet.
Bro,
no, can I just say one thing? Though?
I'm done fighting.
I just want to say one thing on this, guys. I really believe Jalen Hurts plays down to the level of his competition, guys.
Every time.
That's so
like he does not step up and say, "Yo, I'm one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Let me just take over."
Mike,
he plays down to the competition.
Has blown this Browns team out. How do you not blow this Browns team out? AJ's back. So what's the excuse now? What's the excuse now?
No, early. There's none. Early. I'm done. I'm done.
He's
I'm done on the Jalen Hurts train, man.
Can I just say one thing though?
Yeah, I thought you go. I don't even care. Like
I just want to say one thing. I wish I do agree with y'all, but can we admit though? When they be needing big plays, that man show up and he show up. That's what I'm saying.
Why can you?
He's clutch, man.
Why can you crash my car? Then you take it to the mechanic, get it fixed.
Yeah, why can't you have a clean game?
Hold up, I'm supposed to say thank you. You supposed to get it fixed. You crashed it. My thing is that you keep saying he make plays when it matters. Dog, if he do his job throughout the game, it wouldn't come down to making a play when it matters.
I don't disagree.
Teams like Browns, it shouldn't come down to the wire.
I don't disagree.
Let me go check this Browns schedule real quick.
I agree 100%. But at the same time, we do got to show him love if we can at least get him.
No, that's the problem, because they'll talk about how he just plays bad, but if he does anything good, they just ignore it. They just completely
they just ignore it. That pass was crazy.
So the Browns have been blown out. Browns have been only team that beat the Browns. So let's do this. Browns lost by a touchdown to the Giants. Browns got blown out by the Commanders. Browns beat the Jaguars. The Browns lost 20-16 to the Raiders at home. They also lost 20-16 to the Eagles at home. The Raiders and Eagles, same thing.
Okay, Early, can we acknowledge one thing?
I'm not disagreeing.
Brandon, what you think, Brandon? You still covering Jalen Hurts?
Can you say one? Can you say?
You know he's going to be.
Tell me about the last drive for the Eagles. What happened the last drive?
Bro,
I didn't watch the last drive of the game. I didn't watch the last drive.
Jalen Hurts was dying, bro.
You didn't watch the last drive of the game?
Wasn't it a pass to AJ Brown?
Yeah, he won.
That dot.
But my thing is, what you mean he was? So why wouldn't he dot in the whole game, Lonnie?
Because he wasn't playing consistent.
He wasn't playing consistent. He's an inconsistent player.
Random, go ahead, Random.
But guys, isn't his inconsistency his only consistent thing about him?
You nasty.
That's true.
We'll get back to it. Let Random cook. Random, I want to hear from you. Go ahead.
If we're going to somehow find a way to denigrate Jalen Hurts for this performance, was he at his best? No, but he was great in that game. He was playing well. There was a reason why. Like, first of all, if Patrick Mahomes made that throw to AJ Brown, we'd be glazing the hell out that throw.
Exactly.
We'd be glazing the hell out of it.
God.
Now, the problem is the problem is early. You're saying okay. The problem is early. The Eagles don't have a defense like the way that the Steelers do, so they can't do that. And once again, this is still the NFL. Blowouts don't usually happen like the way you want them to happen. Okay.
Do we think that Jalen Hurts holds the defense, holds the offense back at times?
We haven't even talked about the real person who needs to be discussed.
At times, yeah. But like, I swear, when it matters the most, he makes the key plays. I swear he does. He makes the key plays.
Like F. Dot says.
Like I literally saw him today seal the game for them.
Seal the game. He sealed it. He did.
And look.
Sorry.
Sealed the game. You're right.
Look, now, would we all the Jalen Hurts defenders? Would we all just like, man, just come out here, throw for 300 and run for 50 and just look great? Yeah, but this is still the end. Because next week, are we gonna say something when the Saints get a close game next week, even though they just got blown out by the Bucs this week? Blowouts in the NFL are hard. They don't happen a lot. Like we forget that the Saints game was back and forth until the Saints just didn't have enough at the end, so the score makes it look a lot worse than it did. Like, the Browns defense. By the way, the Browns defense still good. Myles Garrett literally blocked a kick in this game, and they took it back.
Return for a touchdown. The game. If they don't,
and the game's different. Like,
touchdown.
I'm sorry that they didn't blow out this team just because the Browns defense may not be the defense from a year ago, but Myles Garrett is still nasty as a defender. They still made plays, and also he just got his two top weapons back, and he clearly showcased them well enough.
We'll see.
So you're telling me right now? Hold on. Early, hold on. So you're telling me if Jalen Hurts doesn't exist, do the Eagles win that game? Let's just say they go get hold on. Actually, let me not do that. So if Kyler Murray was with the Eagles, they win that game.
Yeah.
I mean, probably, but like, I don't know if it's.
I think it's a lot. The game feels different.
If the score is actually
the game still feels different. The game still feels different. It don't matter. It's Saquon's not throwing that play. Saquon's not making the throw to AJ Brown. Saquon's not making that throw.
Let me see how honest you be. Is Jalen Hurts a quarterback that you can trust to make plays? Like, is he a guy that's benefiting because he has AJ Brown? You know what I mean? Like, is he an AJ Brown and Devontae Smith merchant, or AJ Brown especially merchant?
Early, since you clearly didn't see the play.
Bro, I think it's both.
I know
bro.
he
They
is
do
a
it.
merchant.
I don't care.
I know-
It's
I know
both.
who's-
Throw you
but-
with.
Hey, no, hold on.
Random, because
I
Early,
think
early.
Gunnar Mitchell put it there one
This
time.
actually happened
Don't
against
say sucks.
No, this
I don't
actually
care
happened
about
against the
that.
Saints. Because when
Wait,
Dallas
Random,
Goedert
can I say something though?
at the
Because I
press
know who
conference,
is a merchant.
Oh, Jalen Hurts noticed the coverage that the Saints were doing in the secondary. He adjusts the play.
You
and that's what
said
led to
this
the 50
already.
In the
I
fourth
up.
quarter, Lonnie. It was
Who
in the fourth
cares?
quarter, guys. We are gassing up Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is one of the highest paid QBs in the NFL. To make one play in a game, to make
It was
one
the
play in a
biggest play
game,
in the
that is
game,
not
bro.
okay, guys.
It was the biggest play in the game.
The
It
biggest
doesn't
play.
matter,
It was the
Random. If you're playing the Browns,
I tell
if
you
you're
what.
playing the Browns, bro, we got fully healthy today, and it took us to the second half to realize, hold on, we don't got to call the plays we've been calling all before we got all of our guys back. We can whoop some ass right now and take over this game. You're telling me that Jalen Hurts with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and Lane Johnson back couldn't make more than just one play at the end of the game?
The biggest play.
Wait, can I just say one thing though?
First things first. He made more than one
now
play.
that he made. I can make.
Yeah, he made
more than one
Relax,
play.
relax.
I can literally
Mike,
name the
what
plays.
do you want to
You want me to name the plays? I'll name them.
Mike, what is it? Lonnie.
Okay,
I don't want to see the play, Lonnie. Hold up.
I'm not,
Go ahead.
dude,
Go ahead,
this
Mike.
is
What's
just like
what's your big thing?
I know who's a Devontae Smith merchant. I know who's an AJ Brown merchant, and it's not Jalen Hurts. Nick, man, it's Nick, dude, and this
That's
team
the real.
never
That's the
prepared.
guy.
You know, and look. You got Lane.
So then, when will we say Jalen Hurts isn't that good? Once we we'll finish the season out.
Oh my God.
We'll
This
finish
sounds
the
like
season
y'all
out.
just looking
I'm
at
gonna
the
say this real
stats
quick,
and not actually watching the game.
We'll
This
finish
is
the
what it
season out. Hold up. We'll finish the season
Sirianni's
out,
a
right?
fucking terrorist.
We'll
bro.
finish the season out. And if he plays good, then we'll say that he's good. But if they're bad, we'll just blame Sirianni, right? So then next season, right, we'll get a better offensive coordinator. And if he still ain't good, then will we say he ain't a good quarterback?
No, I think context matters. I'm not going to say that
quarterback for some reason.
But
like you're just
but
completely.
wait.
No, I'm saying he's not good.
Everything else that actually happens in the game.
Wait. This Eagles run game, particularly their offensive line, it's not the same offensive line. It's not consistent in the running game. They got away with 2 years of having consistent run game where you're getting 5 yards every time, not just 5 yards a carry, 5 yards every time you touch the ball. You get pretty much 4 or 5 yards. When you have an offensive line that now relies on big plays and giving, Saquon maybe, 40, 50% open blocks, then he can make a lot of plays. That's a different game. That's something that Jalen Hurts isn't used to. And he's having to win them all these games, and he's having to make the correct plays because there's no schemes. They're not scheming up anybody. Saquon's basically just relying on his veteran ability and his athleticism at this point to make big plays for them. And that's why I'm saying Nick Sirianni needs to go. This window is closing faster and faster by the season. Nick Sirianni has to go. You need a new coach. And you need a good coach, too, so that you can continue success.
So early. This is my thing, though. What I'm saying, at least what I've accepted, is that Jalen Hurts is not good enough to overcome really bad coaching. The same way Justin Herbert was not good enough to overcome really bad coaching. But he still
Justin Herbert was cooking.
Do we need to talk about? Do we need? And he was losing.
Yeah, but
we need to talk about how bad his coach was last year.
But here's the thing, though: if Justin Herbert was still performing at a very high level, even though I was giving him a hard time,
and he was still losing.
We can literally pick out multiple bad games from him last year.
Yeah, the problem is
Ravens game was a bad game.
We understand.
Is Jalen Hurts top 15?
Yes,
bro. Come on, bro.
Okay,
He's top.
Let's have some fun then. Have
Oh
some
my
fun.
He's top 15.
So we know you're not gonna take him over Patrick Mahomes,
No.
Yes.
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen,
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford. Would you take him over Aaron Rodgers right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Like trash.
Aaron Rodgers is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league right
Would
now.
you take him over Baker Mayfield right now?
No.
No.
Would you take him over Jared Goff right now?
No.
No.
I like Jared Goff.
Would you take him over C. Stroud right now?
No.
No.
Okay. Would you take him over Healthy Tua?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Would you take him over Dak Prescott?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't hear everybody.
Yes.
This is a hard one, bro.
F.
They're in the
Dot,
same
Michael, Mo, Hefe. Would you take Jalen Hurts over Dak Prescott?
I'm gonna say yes, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
as of week 6,
Right
yes.
now,
As of week 6,
I'm going,
yes.
yeah, Jalen Hurts.
100%.
No.
Dak played like garbage today.
We ain't taking him over Lamar.
Yeah.
We know that. Not over Lamar. We know that. Would you take him over Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Anyway.
No.
No.
You're silent.
No,
You're
no.
very loud, guys.
Not
Take him over Jordan Love.
But to me,
Over Jordan Love?
Come
No.
on. That's a stupid question.
No, Jordan Love's
All right.
better. Jordan Love's better.
Would
I'm
you
sorry.
take
Jordan Love's
him?
better.
Would you take him over Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you take him over? Would you take him over Joe Flacco?
Yes.
You're right now, yeah. I take him over Brock too.
Would you take him over Brock?
Yeah, I'm taking over.
yes.
Yeah,
Brock
I'm
Purdy?
Sorry,
No.
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 You're out, you're not.
No.
Hold on.
Yeah, y'all
Hold on. Mo, Hefe.
I'm taking
The thing that he repeatedly attacks Jalen Hurts for is having all this talent around him. Like Brock Purdy hasn't been in one of the best situations since he literally
watch
started
this.
at quarterback.
Have faith.
But I don't know. I don't
Talk your shit,
hear that.
Randy.
I don't know.
Talk
No,
your
I don't
shit,
want
Randy.
Have faith, Mo.
when
Hey,
the only
this
reason.
has Brock Purdy not shown
Cook,
you,
Randall.
even though they've lost some games, I'm gonna lie. Has Brock Purdy not shown you, even
Bro,
when
Ayuk is not done.
Ayuk damn near must have been hurt the first 3 games. Was he not showing you he can still get it done? Was he still showing he still get it done?
Has Jalen Hurts not been getting it done?
What about
Has Jalen Hurts
what
not
about
been
against
winning?
the Cardinals?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what happened
now
with
you're
the
making
Cardinals
that case
game?
because
A
it's the
bottom
same
5
situation.
team.
You know what my question is? Who
But the defense
What are you
defense
talking
folded.
about?
F.
What are you
Dot.
talking
The
Now
defense
you're just
folded. F.
chatting,
Dot.
Joey. Now you're just chatting.
You are
But
literally
But
not.
guys, who's looked better with who's accomplished more with their weapons, Purdy or Hurts?
They literally accomplished the same thing.
They accomplished the same thing.
Oh no!
They
Technically, if I want to be
What?
nasty, technically, if I want to be nasty,
one
Hurts
doesn't run a
accomplished more.
4-4.
His
But-
job against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl was way better than what Purdy
Facts.
did. If we want
Facts.
to be
And nobody
nasty
can
about
argue
it.
that.
What are we talking
Nobody can
about?
argue that.
Okay.
Nobody can argue
Now,
Not even close.
how many times has
This is getting discombobulated. Let's get something very clear. Let's stop being nasty. I don't care about a Super Bowl a couple years ago. I'm taking Brock Purdy. Will we take
I don't
him
care about
over,
a Super Bowl last year.
I can't.
Are we taking him over Geno right now?
No.
No,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
are we
yeah,
taking
yeah,
Jalen
Thank
Hurts
you,
over
my
Geno?
man,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
being
yeah.
true.
Oh wait,
Wait.
no, yes, we are
Wait,
taking
no,
him over
no,
Geno.
no, yeah.
Yes,
We
we're
are.
taking him
No,
over Geno.
no,
No.
No, we are
Hold on,
taking
hold
him
on,
over
hold on.
Geno. Hold on, we are
Are
taking
you
him
out
over.
We're
taking
taking him
over
over Geno.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah.
We
I
are taking him
am
over
too.
All right.
I am too.
Are
I'm
Are
we
we
missing
taking him
it.
over Justin Herbert?
No.
No, yeah, no. I'm not taking him over Justin Herbert.
No.
Justin Herbert? No, yeah, Justin Herbert's better. Yeah, I'm taking him over.
Okay.
I'm taking
Okay.
Justin Herbert.
We taking him over Jalen
Not
Daniels
Geno.
right now.
Hell no.
I'm still
Jay
taking him over
Daniels?
JD.
No, I don't think I can, dude.
it's not
No, I
happening.
don't think I can.
Brandon,
I don't
don't
think you
you do
can.
that,
It's
man.
not.
I'm not.
Don't do that, man.
I'm still taking him
he's
over
a rookie.
JD, but it's close though.
He's
He
a
a rookie.
He's a
I gotta
rookie.
see more.
All
Right?
right.
I
He's
gotta
a
see
rookie.
more.
Because you're also going to see.
Rookie. Look, yo, no. Wait. As a
Like,
rookie,
I'm not taking
he's
Caleb-
breaking
Caleb-
Hold on, wait.
Games with a
Wait,
pass
let
rating.
Mo cook. Mo, start it off. What happened? It might be a clip. Go ahead.
Come on, bro. Jaden Daniels is breaking a record for the most consecutive games with a good passer rating. Come on, bro.
We talking
Well,
He
passer
hasn't played
rating
elite
right now?
defense yet, bro.
Right? No, he's talking about completion percentage.
Jaden Daniels is
Completion
winning the game.
percentage.
They have no secondary. They have no defense.
I mean, he played way better than
talking-
Hurts.
we're
in his
talking-
rookie year. He's
we're
played
talking
way
about a
better.
guy-
Yeah, he definitely
Obviously,
did, Mike.
if we're
Mike, he
talking-
definitely
no,
did,
Mo,
bro.
Mo,
Yeah,
if
It's
we're
not even
talking,
a contest.
if we're going to talk about
It's not
No, it's
star
not.
career,
It's really not.
no,
But
It's
we're
really
not
not.
comparing rookie year
Mo,
to
if
rookie
we're going
year.
to talk
We're
about
playing,
star
like,
split
comparing
career,
now.
then you got me. But
I
we're
mean,
talking about
tell me a year that Jalen Hurts or any other quarterback has outperformed Jaden Daniels in completion
Mahomes.
percentage right now.
He just
Oh,
went
now,
5-1.
if you're just going to rely on
He's 5-2.
completion percentage, if
5-2.
Dude, I mean,
we're gonna
come on,
rely
random.
on
Like
Brady
completion
because he
percentage is a part of playing quarterback.
if we're
So
going
let's
to
relax.
rely on hold on, if we're going to
We
rely on
ain't saying nigga,
completion
look, this
percentage,
is Patrick
then
Mahomes' first year.
completion because then Mo's going
Why
to be
are we
sounding like
comparing
Cam
rookie
Jordan
year to
trying to
rookie
say
year?
that when Cam Jordan said that Drew Brees is better than Tom Brady, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. When we all know he's just capping. He's just
Okay, so
capping.
let's move.
Because
Let's
guess
But
what?
good thing
No,
we
no,
not
hold
talking
on.
about Tom
Hold on,
Brady. We
Early.
talking about
Hold
Jalen
on,
Hurts.
Early, 'cause guess what?
Come on, man.
Guess what Cam Jordan's argument was? He has a better completion percentage. He has better. It took Tom Brady 2 more years. No, Brady's just better. Brady's just better.
I got you.
If your argument is that he's better than Jalen Hurts because of completion percentage, I'm not gonna ride with that. That's
So
like saying, Baker's better than Mahomes.
Yes or no?
That's like saying Baker Mayfield's better than Mahomes because he has a higher QBR. Nobody's agreeing with that. Nobody's agreeing with that.
Lonnie,
what are we talking about right now?
Jaden
But let me ask you a question. Before this season,
Let me get these off. Lonnie, Jaden or Jalen Hurts?
I'm thinking Jaden when it's close, but y'all, the way y'all are being
percentage is so nasty.
The way y'all are talking about football right now is ridiculous.
Oh my god!
Okay, the completion percentage thing, but
I'm
Jaden
really not laughing with some of y'all. Y'all,
we know what F dot and random thing, Michael.
I have to say, I'm sorry, in like some people are going to be mad, but I have to go Jaden Daniels because Jaden Daniels played.
You know what? This is the most. Hold on, Mike. Hold on. You know why this is the most?
Let him go because we let him go first. Go ahead, Mike.
Conversation.
Let him go.
The whole Eagles thing.
Lonnie, let him go, and then you go afterwards. Go ahead, because y'all went. Let him go. Get your shit off, Michael. Why?
No, it's Jaden Daniels because Jaden Daniels played 100 times better than Jalen Hurts did when he started his career. Jalen Hurts didn't even really play as a rookie. And Jaden Daniels already this good, bro. I'm sorry.
So he's better than Mahomes because Mahomes didn't play as a rookie.
We didn't say that.
He's better than Mahomes.
We're not
Lonnie, go ahead.
comparing.
What you want to say? See, don't trigger the argument and be nasty. We don't want to be nasty. Lonnie,
You
go
can't
ahead.
compare.
Mo is being nasty by using completion percentage.
Yeah, and that was nasty. You're right.
I didn't agree with that.
Lonnie,
Yeah, no,
I
the
didn't
completion
agree with
percentage
that.
thing was hilarious. No, but
I wasn't with him on that.
bro.
come on, he only has 2 interceptions.
hey! I need clips, please, guys. Let's talk. Lonnie, go ahead, please.
So for weeks we've been complaining about Nick Sirianni's play calling on offense and on defense. We've been calling it out how it doesn't make sense that like Saquon gets like 3 carries here or 8 carries and a half, stuff like that. We've been calling out Sirianni nonstop, and I just find it funny how again there was weird play callings on both sides of the ball. Shout out Cooper DeJean for getting that sack, by the way, or that hit or whatever play he did.
God bless that man.
Yeah. But we literally see Sirianni attempt to be a terrorist again, but he can't because some of his talent is back. We literally see weird, bad play calls that's not on Jalen or that's not on the defense. We literally see the play calling that makes no sense. But somehow, Jalen Hurts is playing terrible. You know why he's playing terrible?
Most of us have Jaden Daniels over
there's
him.
the thing, like, if you don't believe in something, sometimes you don't put in your best work. And guess what? We've been saying since the beginning of the season that there have been reports that Sirianni and Jalen Hurts have had issues since the beginning of the season. And what happens? The offense looks horrible. What happens? Sirianni is crashing out. And then we also see Sirianni cussing out his own fans in the sidelines because he's beating the Browns. But somehow Jalen's the problem.
Talk about anything.
No, maybe
we move around too much. So we taking Daniels over him. Most of us taking Daniels over him. Last one is Caleb Williams. I think y'all taking Jaden Hurts over Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah, I'm saying Jalen Hurts.
Okay, cool.
100%.
So he's looking at.
Oh no.
He's looking at. It's majority vote, Mo. It's majority vote. So now we're looking at him at 13 or 14. That's how we're looking at him.
But top 12. He's top 12.
Hey, don't worry about it. Mo gonna take Spencer Rattler over Jalen Hurts because he has a higher completion percentage. It's fine.
I mean, that's a low key.
I love how.
No. I'm gonna take Spencer Rattler because Spencer Rattler made more, give me more bang for my buck when his first game of the season.
What?
Look
what
Spencer Rattler did today.
We are going to move on. Please, we have other games to talk about. Let it go. Moving on.
It's one game.
Jesus Christ. No. We're moving on. But I do like how we only bring up offensive coordinators when niggas are playing bad, but we don't never talk about how great Patrick Mahomes has. We never talk about how great Patrick Mahomes. No one ever says Patrick Mahomes good because Andy Reid would go. Anyways, but move on. Next game we'll talk about.
This is what happens when you guys stat watch and don't watch the games, guys.
Next game we'll talk about is we'll get to these Lions versus the Falcons Panthers blowout. They're supposed to beat them. We ain't got to stay here too long. What we thinking about? because I want to
Well,
kill
I
the
know you
Cowboys.
don't want to stay here too.
This is the one game I
I know.
didn't watch. So honestly,
I
don't
know
really
you
have
want
too
to.
much
I know you want to swipe off because you don't want to give the Falcons credit.
No, it
Which
look
is
good.
fine.
It look
They
good. It look great.
played
But Mike, they
But-
literally my homie Paulie, I helped him pick. I had the Falcons, so we're cool.
I mean,
Tyler
Tyler
now-
Joe was
look
great.
good. Bijan look good. That's all I care about.
Everyone looked
Now.
good. Everyone looked good.
Anything, Brandon? Anything you want to say about these bum ass niggas?
Hey man,
Wait, I can't go.
offense to me looks just as trash with
come
Andy
on, you
Dalton
don't have to
than
go.
it does
Keep
with
doing
Bryce
this.
Young.
If you're petty.
I'm just saying.
All right,
Oh,
That's all I'm hearing.
Lions.
Offense looks just
versus
as bad.
the
But hey, no,
Cowboys.
it's Bryce's fault, right? Bryce's fault.
Lions
No, the offense looked
versus
bad
the
with
Let Michael go
Cowboys.
first.
Bryce
Let
still
Michael go
sucks.
first. This is his team.
Lions
Can we
versus
get
the
to get like
Cowboys. Let me
this?
start off by saying before we do anything, speedy recovery to Hutch. We know you're done for the season. That was an awful
bro.
injury.
And he was having a
Especially on a
great
season
season
where
too.
he was looking like the best pass rusher in the game. I'm
Hurt
so
my
sorry
soul,
to see
actually.
that happen to you, dog.
It
Freak
made it
ass
worse
up.
for me.
Hutch, get better, dog.
Speedy
It just lets
recovery,
you, it just goes to show you that, in all honesty, man. Listen, a wise man once said that playing football is like been getting into a serious accident over and over again. And it just goes to show you how big and strong these guys are moving, because for his leg to snap because one of his fellow D linemen ran into it. Like, that just show you how big and massive and fast these niggas are moving on the field.
Yeah.
It was like a collision. It was like an on-course collision, dog. Nigga literally was in the middle of lifting his leg as he was going to get a sack, and literally his leg snapped like a twig. So that just show you how big and strong these guys are. I'm pretty sure he's never had an injury ever before in his life. Shout out to Hutch, man. Get back soon as well. But I hate to say, this is one of the reasons why I'm definitely out on the Lions. One of the biggest things I had was a pass rush, and now that Hutch is gone, I'm really done with y'all. It's gonna get hard for the Lions moving forward. I'm telling y'all that now. Go ahead, Mike. Talk to me about the Lions versus Cowboys.
Nah, dude. After Hutch went out, I was pretty much done with this game, and it made it worse for me because it was like, dang, one of the best players in the league who's having a career season. You know, he got injured in this game where we also suck, but let that be what it is. It's terrible, but Dak, horrible. Another bad game. This game was way worse. Like, bruh, I can't even. It's not even worth discussing with Dak at this point. Somebody else can talk about it, bro. I've beaten a dead horse. He just is who he is, bro. Like, if you don't have talent around him, if you don't play the game script the way that you should, control time of possession, it's hard to win with him because he's just making mistakes. And once you go down 2 or 3 touchdowns, it's GG's. But I want to get off that, specifically talk about one man who I swear to everything on this planet. If he's not fired after the season, I'm going to stop being a Cowboys fan. I'm actually done. If Mike McCarthy is not done, I said it so often on the show that this year will be the worst performance as a coach. This team will play the worst that it has since he's been here. And undisciplined football, bro. You lead the league in penalties since you became a Cowboy. Jerry Jones, ignore. Guess what happens after 3 seasons? Your entire offense is figured out. Number one, how you got prepared for this game? You knew the Lions were going to come in and going to kill you. Number one, Jordan Lewis is talking smack. He went to Michigan. They're going to shut him up, number one, which they did pretty much, which they didn't even have to because they ran the ball so good. But they wanted this win way more than we did because we beat them last year, and they were pissed about that loss. And they came in and smacked you. But Aiden Hudson going down too, smacked. D tackles had not. That was the worst D tackle core in the NFL versus the
Today was a good
best
day.
offensive line in the NFL. You had Gibbs 60 yards, Montgomery 80. Bro, if you give Jared Goff that time, he's gonna pick you apart because he doesn't need to do as much as he would. So to its core, I never said that Dak Prescott was really better than Jared Goff, and I also never said that the Cowboys were going to win this game. I knew they were going to lose this game because they won last year, and also because they're a fraud. They're a fraudulent team. They're going to lose against the Redskins. Book it. In Washington, they're losing against the Redskins. Have Riddell write down that one. This is disgusting. This coach is disgusting. This owner is disgusting. And CeeDee Lamb, as much as he's been absent, he's still getting you 80 yards a game. And that's with him having to do everything because they are not scheming him open at all. Zero. Everything on this offense is super hard. There's nothing easy. Absolutely nothing. So it's horrible. On all stages, all factors, every single way. It's panic mode. McCarthy's coaching for his job, and I don't want to hear the get rid of Dak stuff because you signed this man for this much money. You don't be a quitter, Jerry. You figure out a way to fix this because it's not even about winning a championship. It's about having some pride. That's all I have to say.
The Lions did what the Lions will do to almost every subpar team. They just came in and kicked their ass. That's what they did, and the perfect examination was Montgomery's first run. No, they're not. That team is good. I understand losing Hutch is a big thing. Will they maybe have to make a move at the deadline to get somebody to replace that? But I think their secondary, if they can afford them. But first things first, the Lions did.
Or Hassan Reddick. My bad.
No. But Hassan Reddick wants to get paid. I don't know if the Lions can afford him. So
he is trying to
the Lions secondary, they did put some work into that. Obviously, Terran Arnold, they added some stuff. I think they played well. They played well enough. You got to find a way to fix up whatever hole that Agent Hutchinson has left because he was balling to the point where people are talking about him. TJ Watt's gonna lose the defensive player of the year, get to somebody else. This time it's just Hutch. But the way the Lions play on offense is they literally put the hand around your throat and choke you to death with David Montgomery, Jameer. I think, and the fact that quiet signing was they extended David Montgomery this morning to another 2-year deal, which means that they're basically going to try and extend and keep this dichotomy between him and Jameer Gibbs for as long as they can. Yeah, and like you said, you give Jared Goff time. He's going to kill you. And he has time. He has weapons. This just means to put a little bit more on offense.
We've seen in years.
I'm not willing to say the best run games we've seen. I think the Ravens have put out quality run
clearly.
No, but they have 2 marquee running backs. I understand the Ravens.
Yeah,
that's fine. But
if we're saying, I don't know about that because I think when they get in the playoffs, Jared Goff's just going to have to make some plays. As much as we're going to like to see David Montgomery running through people and possibly getting 100 yards or whatever in the playoffs, it's just going to come down to Jared Goff at that point. We just know how it is, and they found the talent for him to be okay. Because now you got to have. If they're going to make a move, it's on defense. Get somebody for your pass rush, and I think they're going to be okay. That's the only move they think to make. This team, I think, could win the Super Bowl. I literally think they could. They have everything. I think they have everything.
They have everything.
They have everything.
I'm off on that defense though. The secondary is not.
Y'all can call me a homer. I like Tambo over the Lions though. I like Tambo.
Great.
Of course, you like
that
secondary.
Of course, you do.
Surprise!
Camera sideways too.
I mean, but look, we beat them, and I believe we can outscore them. Like, I like Tambo over the Lions.
That's what I'm thinking. This is my thing about the Lions that I'm worried about. Yeah, they be blowing teams out when they get to run the ball and beat you up. But what happens when you play a team that ain't going for that? That
exactly
just run all over.
They don't
like
do
when
that
you play the Chiefs. What happens when you play a Chiefs team? Like where you got guys getting to you. What happens when you play like even in that division? What happens when you play who Vikings run defense, one of the best run defense in the league? What happens when you play?
Because you know what happens.
And now with the Packers, now it becomes okay, cool. Let's say this. Let's say the running game ain't cooking, right? Packers up 2 touchdowns. Now it's Jared Goff got to get there. Or what happens when you get to Jared Goff? Like my thing is like I don't think they built. It seemed like they built the front run, but if it come down and get nasty, I don't know if they can win games. That's my thing. Now I'm not saying the Lions suck. The Lions gonna be in the playoffs, and they were definitely running the ball and a couple plays away from going to Super Bowl last year versus the 49ers.
They're a serious team.
But at some point in time, that defense gonna have to show up. Somebody gonna make that.
They got holes. They got holes on that defense.
Somebody gonna make that.
I love the safeties, but I don't like the secondary. I don't like the.
So when it comes to the Lions, like if you saw this game, it wasn't just St. Brown because St. Brown wasn't really doing much for most of the game. It was Williams, and then it was like
it wasn't no pass rush. This is game 2. Did Michael Parsons real quick? Michael Parsons and
no, he didn't play. He didn't play.
Nah, both of
them. That's what I'm saying. This is week 2 of them not playing.
So worst D line
again,
versus the best
same thing they
offensive line.
did versus Seattle Seahawks, dog. When you can't get to Jared Goff, dog, man, good book. But the Cowboys,
but the Lions have invested in their line. They invested in their line.
Right. Some of the best guys.
They've done everything they can to protect to ensure
Jared
Jared Goff stays upright.
Jesus Christ.
And hold on, real quick. So the next 4 weeks is possibly going to decide how we feel about the Lions for the rest of the season. They got the Vikings at the Vikings next week. Then they're gonna beat the piss out of the Titans. They're gonna beat the piss out of the Titans. Then they got Packers and Texans both away back to back.
Now, Texans too light in the ass on D line. I think the D line.
So we could possibly
the Texans are gonna get cooked
after that 4-week stretch. Could decide how we really feel about the Lions for and their prospects toward winning, because it's not just you're playing divisional opponents. You're playing some of the best teams in the league.
Yeah,
in the next
that's
4
a tough
weeks.
game.
Bro, but I don't think there's a single team that can match up with them defensively on the line. There is just none. Like,
you're
gonna have to send blitz. You're gonna have to send blitzes and disguises in order to beat them, because the only way you can beat Jared Goff is by pressuring him. And not only that,
so how the Bears?
Using his veteranship to his advantage. The Bucs. I mean, the Bucs have somewhat of the personnel to get pressure, but it's just a matter of, is their linebacking core and their cornerbacks good enough to stop the receiving core? And I think it's going to be a close game, but when it comes to that matchup, I'm still leaning towards the Lions, because Jameson Williams has made a lot of strides this year, and they haven't had to use Sam Laporte at all, because Jameson Williams has been frying people. And I just think that's a little bit of a better, that ups their offense from last year. But I know that they lost.
So I'm looking at the game from when they lost to the line. They lost 20-16, right? They lost 20-16 with Baker Mayfield basically giving them the lead with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. What I'm looking at is they had Jared Goff throw it 55 times, but he threw 2 picks. That looks like the deciding factor. I can't remember exactly the game off the top of my head, but it's still a close game. That's how. I don't think unless something crazy happens, you're going to blow the Lions out. I don't think you're going to do that. The team's just too good, and the way they play football is just, you're not going to blow them out. So if you're going to rlie on 2 Jared Goff turnovers to still win by 4, that shows you how good of a team that is.
So are they locked for the playoffs? I mean, are they locked for the Super Bowl this year?
No, I'm not.
No, not locked.
I'm not going to say locked.
Because this one of the last games. Who's their comp? Who you think? Okay,
they're good.
The Niners, this team, blase.
I mean, the Eagles
two teams that
are going to play like this.
The 2 teams that I can say that will definitively beat them are the Chiefs and the 49ers. Those are the only 2 teams I feel comfortable enough saying if they meet tomorrow, they will lose to both of those teams. Other than that, it's a toss up for everybody. But in my opinion,
the Bucs
not even Tampa.
If they play Tampa again, I'm still probably going to pick Tampa to win that. Not Tampa.
No, but the Bucs is a toss up.
You know, we weren't fully healthy when we played them the first time.
I'm still. I'm still saying if you're meeting them in the playoffs, it's the division round of the playoffs. It's Detroit and Tampa. As of right now, I'm picking Detroit to win that game, and I don't think that's a crazy statement to say.
Do we think Detroit has the best offense?
No, because Tampa's defense can have.
I think they have a top 3 offense.
They don't adjust.
I also agree with that.
Also, I don't know. Yeah. Also, Jesus Christ, you cape for them so hard, but God bless you, brother.
Well, if you saw this game, Tim Patrick, he was really good.
Yeah, Tim Patrick was a low-key signing.
Was a low-key signing last game too. Lonnie, he looked good last game.
Yeah, Patrick looked good, and I think I said a few weeks ago, Williams might end up being a top 20 receiver in the league this year. He's balling. He's no longer just a burn, a speedster. I'm just gonna do a go route every play type of receiver now. Now he's actually has an intermediate game. He has a curl. Yeah. He has curls in his route tree now. He actually expanded on his route tree. He's not just a one trick pony anymore where he's just trying to beat you with his speed. He's actually developed a lot. Yeah. So I think
we all knew J-Mo can do it since college. Yeah. I mean.
It took him a while because of that ACL injury, and then when he came back, then he got suspended for gambling. So he really had a setback after setback, but now he's really getting into his own, and he's being dominant. He was cooking today. And so if you saw Diggs was mainly today, and he was cooking.
Who we said they lose?
I don't know. I heard the same thing about the Lions last year, and I seen the Ravens just absolutely destroy them. So I don't know. The Lions are real like iffy. Like they're a top 5 team, top 3 team in the NFC, but as far as playoffs go, I think they're round 2 plus locked for sure. I mean, they're gonna be around. They're gonna be in the conference.
I don't think none of the NFC East teams can beat them. Like now.
Yeah.
And even without Hutchinson, their line is still solid. They still have a good D line without Hutchinson.
They do.
And I think they can still.
After he was out, they were still getting pressures and sacks.
You know what the biggest
test for them is going to be?
Team.
They're just and it looks like Dan Campbell has learned a little bit from. They still go for it a lot. We understand that they still go for it a lot. But he looks like he's way smarter than when he decides.
Doesn't matter that Montgomery was out, bro.
But you know what the biggest test is for them? Green Bay is the biggest test because of that defense.
I was gonna say that too.
If they can dominate on the offensive line against Green Bay, and their receivers can work, then I will honestly be way more high on them against like the Niners and the Bucs. And so that's where my thoughts might change on that. But as of now, I still think it's a toss-up. I can't definitively say who's going to win at this point. It's just too early in the season.
They're just a good team, man. Damn near top to
They're
bottom.
a very good team.
Yeah, they are a great team.
But so is Green Bay. When Jordan Love gets back, like he played well. I'm not saying he didn't, but like with more weeks, their offense is going to continue to trend upward. I expect it to because last year it did. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't now. They're in a decent position. So I think they're going to make the playoffs too.
By the way, I would like
to
the Bears can make it too.
In football, we're looking at
it is. I said 3 teams can make it.
That division is nasty.
Michael,
I said at the beginning of the season 3 teams can make it.
Michael, I think all 4 can make it.
All 4 can make it. Random,
thank you, Random.
I agree.
I think the Bears fall off at the end. I think they're also like
I'm worried about them against Green Bay.
Yeah, I think the Bears fall off at the end, but all four of those teams can make the playoffs.
They could though. All 4 really good, especially in the
NFC. That lock covers division of football.
Yeah, I think that's a lot.
Well, if the Bears defense stays healthy,
the
Bears defense stay healthy, they get Jaquan Brisker back and they find a way because they're while what's his name is figuring this out, Caleb Williams is figuring it out. That defense has been magnificent.
It's outstanding, dude. Especially when they get the ball moving on offense.
Mm-hmm.
It's even better
because it's one of those.
That's the thing with that defense.
Yeah. If we're getting, let's say if we're getting this kind of performance, obviously from Caleb minus the 4 touchdowns because he's not going to throw 4 touchdowns every week. If he's doing this and giving you a couple touchdowns every week, and that defense playing the way it is, that's a playoff team.
Yeah,
which is a lot higher for me.
To be in playoff contention at the beginning of the year. I was expecting the Bears, the Packers, and Green Bay, or not the Vikings, just not the Vikings to get in, but the Vikings are going to get in. I feel like they are because
unless they have like a crazy fall off,
they play next week. The Vikings are coming off a bye. By the way, both the Vikings coming off a bye and the Chiefs coming off a bye. That next 2 weeks 2 games, those are massive games, but it's going to be very curious to see. I want to see them off a bye because we did start to see some slippage from Sam Darnold. He was playing the Jets, but we're starting to see some slippage from Sam Darnold. So let's see if he can come back to where he was early in the season especially now against a depleted
Lions. I'm very curious.
What's the next game? Next game is the last game of the week. Bengals versus Giants.
I'll go first. Bengals. What I don't know what is wrong with y'all. Well, there's a lot.
You almost messed up his parlay, y'all.
We know what's wrong.
This is a better anger, not anything.
Lionel, you angry? You had a good day. You all right?
Well, the last leg of the parlay is the Bills beating the Jets. So I'm.
Oh, you did an every game parlay? Jesus Christ.
No, I didn't. I think it was like 10. I think it was like or something like that. But no, the Bengals. This should not have been as close of a game as it was.
No.
It wasn't even that the Giants were playing good. The Bengals were just playing bad. I'm just like, yo, Jamar Chase? I really needed to. I couldn't find him the whole game. Jamar Chase was just gone. Higgins was doing his thing, but it was just bad. The defense was bad. Everything. Who's their head coach? Zach Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zach Taylor.
He's another head coach who can adjust.
Yeah, he should be fired for sure. He's on like Sirianni.
He's a Sean McVay merchant.
Sirianni all season have been doing a bunch of weird stuff, and I don't care that they're winning, Well, Sirianni's winning, but yeah, Zach Taylor needs to go because they're
Both of
they
them on the
should have been up by like
same.
20. They should have been up by 20.
Yeah.
This is what happens
20
when
is
you
nasty.
neglect the offensive line for 4 seasons. Now it's not just, oh yeah, we made it to the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, like I'm Joe Burrow, I'm Jamar Chase. I'm just gonna do my. Now it's like, oh, we have to do our thing. We have to do it in 3 seconds. Because if we don't, against a team like that with Dexter Lawrence, no, that's not happening. Number 2, their defense is worse. And this is all happening because their owner is way too cautious, way too conservative about. When you're an owner, I feel like
was
you have to look at it like
we
this.
inside the 3 yard, and if it's 4th and 3 or less, I think y'all pussy, and we going for it on 4th, and they kept getting. I always had a conniption, dog. At some point in time, you put your foot in the ground and say, dog, you disrespecting us, dog. Y'all at the 40, y'all 40, saying, shit, a 4th and 2, we going for it. At some point in time, you got to put your foot in the ground and say, hell no, you not.
Yeah. And Manja, they had no Malik neighbors. No Malik
I'm done
neighbors.
with that. And your man, Taylor Britt, dude, he was getting barbecued by Darius. Jeez, man.
Darius Slay was killing him.
Wait, they have contract negotiations looming too. This is why I said as an owner, you need to think of it as like, I'm gonna pay these guys that are young, that are good now, so that if a bad season happens like this, you still know that they're here. Unless, like, obviously you demand a trade, but on a young contract, you're not going to give them that opportunity usually. So now it makes it even worse because there's so much pressure for them to make the playoffs because it's an unknown and on their future with T. Higgins.
Yeah, see, Joe,
and that also adds the pressure. But you can't put so much pressure. You can only put so much pressure on a quarterback. At some point, there needs to be another thing, and it's just going to suck if this is what Joe Burrow is in the sense of playing this freaking well, but not having
Joe
not
get hurt
having
again.
a competent
He
enough
got
team.
hurt, Mike. If he get hurt again, I'm done with the Bengals. It ain't Joe Burrow. I'm done
Well,
with the Bengals.
because if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, people aren't going to remember Joe Burrow the way that they should. The way how every year he's progressed. Besides,
he's going to be Drew Brees.
He's progressed.
But without Super Bowl.
I mean, if he wins the Super Bowl, I mean, he's in that conversation. I mean, I'm sorry, though. Like, he's that good, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to segue into that. I'm just going to say it's going to be a failure of a career. It's going to be like Zach Martin in Dallas. One of the best offensive lines ever, or offensive linemen. Absolutely wasted.
Still young.
That's what it's going to be like. But it's going to be worse because he's a quarterback.
He's still young.
I don't understand why we so pressed
But he's been injured a lot.
Joe Burrow, one of them guys. You don't even need T. Higgins, dog. Like, get him an old lineman, man.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Early. The problem is they have gotten him an old lineman. It just still they went and got the dude from the Chiefs, right? And they basically swapped tackles.
Brown,
they got him lineman for just some reason. He's just not getting protected. Whether it's Zach Taylor getting a better O-line coach to protect Joe, sometimes Joe holding the ball, or just sometimes Joe been safe to say Joe is injury prone. Like, it's just like, I don't know what to tell you, man. They've tried. They've tried.
That's why I'm worried about it, because he's injury prone. Like, he's good enough to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Absolutely zero question. At this point, he doesn't even he obviously you want Jamar Chase there. I'm not saying you don't, but he's good enough. If you give him a super good defense, a super good O-line, consistent running game, he can also win that way because he's a veteran quarterback at this point. So just figure it out, bro. Like, it's not that hard, bro.
People
the Chiefs did it in a year. They did it in a year.
If Aaron Donald doesn't exist, he hits Jamar Chase on that Super Bowl one, and he's a Super Bowl champion already. Like, if Aaron Donald doesn't exist, like he hits him.
I mean, that's facts. But like at the same time, when you play a team like that, like Matt Stafford is trying to win, you need to compete for the future. You can't just lay your hat on that. Like, oh, we made it there. Like, okay, you lost, bro. Like, you lost to a team that was more prime than you to win because they had 2 tackles and you didn't have an O-line.
Zach Taylor's definitely the problem. I'm off on Zach Taylor, man.
Yeah,
I've seen him single-handedly lose them
He's
games.
a McVay merchant. I've
seen him single-handedly lose games for the Bengals, literally, bro.
Yeah, remember when McVay got hot and everybody and their mama was just picking? Oh, did you talk to McVay in the elevator? Please be our head coach. He was one of them, and we've always had questions about him. We've always had questions about Zach Taylor. And last year, it doesn't also help that obviously every other year Joe Burrow was getting out for the season. but he just never wowed people. He just never did. And now that Joe Burrow's back, and seemingly Joe Burrow's back, he's staying healthy. You got Jamar, even though he still needs to be paid. T. Higgins needs to be paid. All this needs to happen. You got it. If they start off 1-5, F dot. If they start off 1-5, like Lonnie said in the Telegram, their season is cooked.
Yeah,
their season is cooked.
Early, what do you say?
Now we're talking firing people.
It's what have you done for me now? And like in Zach Taylor bringing them to a Super Bowl, when in reality everything that they struggled with when they got
that's
to
the only
that
reason
run
he's still there
because of Aaron Donald, they still have those problems. They still have those problems. They still don't have good cornerback play. And it, like, bro, like, come on, dog. Like, you're
only reason Doug
I don't
Peterson
care
isn't fired right now because I'm with Random. I heard who said it. I don't know if Random said it. I heard who said it, but Doug Peterson shouldn't have made it back out of England with them boys. Well, they had to go back the next week anyway, but he shouldn't have made it. He shouldn't make it back to the States. Only reason Doug Peterson gets so much love, the fact that he's still on the team because he won a Super Bowl. Like that shit. That Super Bowl stuff.
Well, the Patriots are coming.
For teams, man.
Early, the Patriots are coming in London next week. If the Patriots beat the Jags, Doug Peterson's getting fired.
The Bengals have a little bit of breathing room because they play the Browns next, the Eagles, and then the Raiders before they play Baltimore. So I think they'll be okay.
Doug,
they can listen. The way they played today,
was primed to win, bro. They were super primed to win.
The Eagles don't wax nobody, but the Eagles beat them.
Dude, that Eagles team was one of the. That Eagles team was probably the most balanced team I've ever seen play football. Like, they just had everything, and they didn't even have that good of talent on the outside, but they had super smart receivers like Alshon, and it just worked. I think a lot of coaches could have won a Super Bowl, and looking back, in hindsight, it's obviously easy to say that, but I think that's – I think that's
Nah, they
true,
had
honestly.
Alshon that year. I don't think so. They have Alshon that year?
I'm pretty sure they did, bro. Didn't they have Alshon?
We're talking about
Alshon never won Super Bowl.
Yeah,
talking about
when they won Super Bowl, they had Alshon.
Yeah, Alshon was on that team.
Yeah.
Really?
He made a big catch against
Alshon
the
Jefferson on that
Vikings. He made a massive catch against the Vikings. But yeah, I think they were. I mean, dude, honestly, Nick Foles played the best ball of his career, and he played like a legendary quarterback in that playoffs. But also, like, he didn't have to do that. Like, he all he had to do was make elite throws, and like that seems very, very like in hindsight, like that's like easier said than done, obviously. But his offensive line was so crazy, and he was at a point of his career where he knew so much that all he had to do was make the right decisions and throw dots, and they were going to win that Super Bowl because the Patriots couldn't stop them, bro. They weren't physical enough to deal with that. That was at the end of their run. You know, they weren't a physical, really. They were still a good defense, but not the same.
No, it also helps that Bill Belichick didn't play his best corner, and we still don't know why he didn't do it.
Oh! There's definitely rumors of why. It has to do with like something that's like kind of like nasty that you shouldn't talk about. But,
Regardless,
it's just like, yeah.
To wrap it up, predictions for tomorrow's game.
This nigga said to wrap it up.
1:30. The Jets will lose. The Jets will lose
the Ravens game, man. We didn't even talk about the Commanders Ravens. We forgot about that, John.
Did we not talk about that game?
Hey, Early did it on purpose because Lamar was balling in that game.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
bro. We didn't even talk about my guy, bro.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, because he can't say nothing today.
Isn't it crazy how Burrow's going crazy and losing, and then like Lamar's also going crazy, and like even though he's turning the ball over, he's still winning games, and it's like
that wasn't even his
Lamar.
fault.
Every time I see Early talk about Lamar, it's so
because the Ravens have a defense,
genuinely.
but we can talk about the game. Lamar, so Lamar played against Jaden Daniels. Battle of the DMV is what they called it, but actually Baltimore's his own place. What do you guys think? What did you guys think of the
Lamar was playing elite
because that's his team.
Yeah, I got a lot to say.
Go and cook, F. Dot.
Listen, man, Lamar was playing elite. I'm gonna just read off some of his projected stats.
Defense sus, by the way.
It might not. No, the defense is sus. I mean, I've been saying this for the past. The defense is not looking good, but I got some of his projections right now. If he did finish the game right now, his projected stuff, he would have 4,105 passing yards. He have over 1,000 rushing yards. I mean, that's crazy, bro. I think that's tough.
The first 4K, 1K.
Yeah, first 4K, 1K would be crazy.
He might have to win another MVP.
Yeah, and he'll probably win another MVP.
I think
as well.
they're gonna treat him like Nikola
No,
Jokic.
no.
Man. They're not gonna let him.
No,
win
Let
if
him
he
cook,
if
though.
he
Let him
gets
cook, let him cook.
no, if he
4K,
gets 4K, 1K. I'm sorry,
4K
I
is
thought go. Sorry.
in a winning record. Come on, no way. The
4K,
defense is
1K,
very.
no. Yeah.
JD is special as well. JD is special. He was throwing some dimes, man, bro. That one to Terry McLaurin, bro. That was a dot. Our passing defense is bottom 5. We've been through this whole season. We've been dealing with that. Derrick Henry, he's a beast. 24 carries for 132. He scored in every game. The offense is looking at top 3 in the league, I think, offensively right now, and we just gotta keep it going. Facts.
All right, man.
Did y'all know that Jordan? Did y'all know that Jordan Mason, the backup running back for the 49ers, leads the league in rushing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that. But go ahead, Lonnie.
idea.
Average in a game.
This was a great game. Battle of the DMV. Jaden Daniels, he lost, but he did show why he's so special. That ball placement is
Facts, man.
elite. It's
Elite.
No. You niggas don't want to take Jalen Hurts over him, so I don't want to hear. I don't know how special he is.
He is elite, though. I just gotta see
said
it, bro.
if you rewind the tape, I said Jaden. If you
Okay.
rewind the
You
tape,
did
I
say
said
Jaden.
Jaden.
You did say
actually
Jaden.
did.
You did say Jaden.
Okay.
Good job.
No, but he's definitely special. It's scary how like almost identical his stats are to RG3 at this point.
Yeah, that is.
Really,
I've seen that. Scary.
It really scares me. No, but Lamar, he played really good. I think him and Derrick Henry, like they have like the record for like
Terry, man.
They have the record for most yards in the first 5 games. I think they have like over 1,000 already together. So that's gonna be a problem.
Knew.
I'm still worried about this Ravens defense. Marlon Humphrey, he's so iffy to me because like it's like he does a lot of good things.
Make a play.
He's so iffy, man.
I don't know.
He makes some plays and then not make plays. I just don't get it.
Like I feel like he makes plays and then he makes plays.
He was a top corner a couple years ago. I don't know what's going on.
His injuries time. Injuries kind
he used to get injured. He used to get injured a lot, right?
Game, man.
Yeah, he did. But I think he'd be a great safety at this point. I think guys like him, Darius Slade, they're good corners, but they'd be great safeties at this point.
No, they gotta keep him in the slot. They gotta keep him in the slot. That's his real position. They keep putting him on the outside.
I mean, Darius Slade.
Yeah. He's press heavy because he's strong. He presses a lot.
He's strong. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But the Ravens played good, but no, JD, like they lost the game, but you could tell like they didn't lose because of him. Like they need more talent on that defense. He needs a few more weapons. Brian Robinson also didn't play. If he played, that might have been a different game. They only lost by like 1 score.
They couldn't run the ball. JD was their leading rusher too.
Bro, you could give
Brian Robinson's
Jaden
been a
Daniels
top 10 back this year. So without him, like he was a late scratch, which pissed me off because he's on one of my fantasy teams. But yeah, no, they definitely did their thing.
No,
Jaden Daniels has been the most consistent rookie, and it's not close. He should win rookie. You could Caleb Williams played great and won the game, but you could give him rookie of the year. You could give him rookie of the week every single week if you wanted to. And you could reasonably justifiable.
Have we seen a quarterback this comfortable his first year since Patrick Mahomes?
Since CJ.
We saw CJ.
Oh yes,
but CJ didn't look this good though, y'all. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he did.
The last rookie don't look this good was Dak Prescott.
No,
what? No, Dak Prescott.
What are we talking about? Bro, CJ last year. Come on, bro.
All right, guys, that's the show.
What are we talking about?
I'm getting more out. I get more about it. This is tripping.
He's tripping. Bro.
No, that's actually like unreal to say.
He's tripping.
No way.
I say CJ Stroud. He said no. Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott had a better rookie season than CJ Stroud.
Are we gonna do predictions
Lonnie,
next game?
this is what we saying.
It's too.
I'm gonna bring it back up.
It's 140. It's 140. I can't take.
Bring them back up. We're gonna do our predictions, and we
get 10:30 where I'm at, baby. It's only 10:40 where I'm at.
I know you ain't mean that.
So I'm sorry, guys.
I can go another 2 hours.
Bro, it wasn't touching.
Bro, Dak Prescott had one of the best teams,
Come
bro.
on, God.
Oh,
come on.
Let's do predictions.
The only thing you're
the Buffalo Bills play the Jets. I think in Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken. Is it in Buffalo?
I think it's at the Jets, if I'm being honest with you. But let me check.
Okay.
Let me check.
They just fired. They fired Salah. It's at MetLife. Cool. So they fired Salah. So they should be galvanized. Predictions. F. Dot. Go ahead.
This is a tough game. I don't know who to go with. I'm a trust Josh, man. I think Josh gonna go in there. Wait, are they gonna have Khalil Shakir? Is he playing? That's like kind of big to me.
I'm checking right now.
I think with Khalil Shakir, they can pull out the dub. It's gonna be like a close game.
He's questionable to play.
Questionable. Okay, yeah. So with him, I think they win by like 3. I would say like 2017. Without him, I'll go Jets just because they got, you know, they have to prove themselves, especially Aaron Rodgers. You know, I think he's gonna come out and be sharp, hopefully, and because that Bills defense, you can definitely carve them up, especially, and they gotta establish the run. That's the biggest thing the Jets have to do in this game is establish the run, because that run defense for the Bills is very shaky. And if you can establish the run, that can open up the pass, obviously, for Aaron Rodgers and them boys over there. So that's my prediction. I'll go Bills with 3 with Khalil Shakir.
All right, who's next?
I'll go next. Yeah, I believe the Bills are going to win. I understand that the Jets could get a bump from firing Robert Saleh, but the more and more I think about it, the more and more that move just makes no sense. This game, if the Jets win this game, they lead the division. The Jets win this game, they lead the division. And firing Robert Saleh, and guess what? Todd Monken is not the answer to Nathaniel Hackett, because he's if Nathaniel Hackett is straight dog doo-doo, Todd Monken is just like you sprinkle some dog doo-doo and served it back. That's all it is.
I think Todd a little bit better.
They both bad. They're both dog doo-doo.
Yeah,
but
Todd's not even worth speaking about.
So I think I understand this what's going on. It's probably going to be a little bit more energy, because you know there's you're getting a look at the new New York Jets, but I just think the Bills coming off the loss, and I think that they're just gonna be the better team. Aaron Rodgers is still not moving me.
Is it play calling, or is it comfortableness and repertoire with your receivers? Like, I don't understand. Like, we keep blaming the play calling.
It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. They don't. Nathaniel Hackett was demoted so far down that he's not even in the room to make help with play calling anymore.
You shouldn't.
Don't even let him do that. But Todd Monken.
So why is he on the team? All right, go ahead.
Because we know why
because
he's on
of
the
Aaron,
team.
bro. He's Aaron's best friend.
Now, I think the Bills are winning because they're just the better team, and Aaron Rodgers not showing me enough to think that they're going to figure this out. And that I think that's just what it is. If Shakir's coming back, I think we might just see a Josh Allen carriage out. We're talking about he's probably jumping over a defender. He's fighting for it, because this is a low key big game early in the season, especially in the race for the division. And guess what? You fired Robert Saleh, and Jesus Christ, man, Jesus Christ, it's just so bad early. Like, I know I went off on Wednesday when I was here for a little bit. It's just such a bad decision by the Jets that I'm still pissed off about it, because it affects how Devontae Adams. If Devontae Adams comes to the team, it affects Hassan Reddick. It affects all these different things. It don't make sense that he was the person that you fired. It just don't make no sense.
It makes none. I don't get it, bro. I don't get either, Random.
Like, it gave me a headache the more and more I kept thinking about it. But it's all right. It's Saleh's fault, not Aaron Rodgers, because the last time you saw him play football for your team, he only threw 3 picks, and you lost to the Vikings and your former quarterback. But it's Robert Saleh's fault. It's fine.
It was way too early to fire that man, bro. They could have got shit fixed. I don't know.
The offense is terrible.
The offense, or you fire him in the offseason.
Fire him in the offseason.
In 3 games.
Fire him in the offseason.
Like, that's a good defense. I mean, that defense gave up 600 yards in 3 games, dog. That's dominating, dog. There are teams. The damn Lions get 200 yards rushing the game just off rushing. Like, you hold teams under 600 yards.
Oh, if I'm Robert Saleh, stay away from Dallas. If you can, take the rest of the season off and then go back to San Francisco. Just go back.
Get that defense right, though.
Any person
that San Fran defense, they give up too many games. They give up too many leads They needed Robinson over there, dog. That's San Fran.
I'm telling you, bro. Anybody in the McVay, Andy Reid, Shanahan tree will not be a Dallas head coach or coach ever for Dallas. It will not happen because all of these coaches know not to go to Dallas. That's my hot take.
I'll say this: the Bills win. The Bills win 24-17. It's gonna be an ugly.
Michael,
game,
quick score.
No, I'm gonna have to go Jets here. I just think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy in because I still feel like it's not that I'm like really high on the Jets. I'm just very questionable about this Bills team when it comes to their receivers, and I just think the Jets have a really good defense, and I think Aaron Rodgers is still a type of person and a player. Well, not a person, but he's just the type of player where like the minute you think
we know you love him. Let's move on. Mo, who you got? I don't want to get I don't get that about Aaron Rodgers.
Definitely
nothing about Aaron Rodgers.
I don't believe that the Jets is going to win this. I think the Bills are going to pull this out. I think the Jets are going to squander this away. To be honest with you, Josh Allen is going to be looking to re-up on this one. So I definitely think the Bills is going to win this one.
Lonnie, talk to me.
So the truth is, I have a big parlay, and I have the Bills winning. But the thing is, I'm too scared because the Jets have had some bad losses. But guess what? The Bills have had some bad losses to the Ravens and the Texans. I don't think they want to lose 3 in a row. I think they're going to come out swinging. At least that's what I'm praying that they do. But at the same time, the Jets, the defense has still looked good throughout the year. And I feel like Aaron Rodgers, after that embarrassment, he might go ape shit. So, excuse my language. So I'm scared. That him and Garrett Wilson might finally figure it out this week, because this would be the week to finally figure it out. This would be the week to finally figure it out. Just screw me. But no, I'm going with the Bills 24-17. Josh, I hate on you all year. I'll hate on you every week after this week. Don't let me down. Don't let me. It's a $12 into a $700 payout. Don't let me down, Josh.
Oh, for real?
I posted in the chat. Yeah, don't let me down, Josh. Don't do it, bro. I will be on here crying.
I don't think you got to worry about that though, Lonnie, because
they just got to win money line.
I'll find them on Instagram. I'll invoice them. I will invoice them.
Wait, it's just the money line?
What?
Is it money line? Is it money line or spread?
It's the money line. I can read the parlay.
What?
So it was because I posted in the chat. It was Pittsburgh winning, Atlanta winning, Detroit, Chicago, Texas, Green Bay, Philly, Tampa, Cincinnati, and the Bills.
Damn.
So in the payout was $12.50 to was it $704, something like that. Don't let me down, Josh. Don't let me down.
I say this much about the Bills and the Jets game. I don't know who the Bills are, and I damn sure know who the Jets are, but I do think if it comes out to a close game, that the Bills might lose. So I'm hoping the Bills jump out early because I want to see Aaron Rodgers fail so bad. But I'm hoping the Bills jump out early because one thing about the Bills and Josh Allen, dog, when they can front run, Josh Allen gets to looking crazy. But if it comes to a close game, I think Aaron Rodgers can bring this one out. And I don't trust the Bills defense to make a play when it comes to the end of the game. So, as always, I'm hoping that these Bills get it going. And Josh Allen continues his MVP that I want him to get this year that I basically predicted. Nobody rolls the wagon like the Buffalo Bills or whatever, pulls the wagons, whatever it's called. So I'm going with the Bills.
Stephon just punked y'all. Have some pride. Have some pride in your heart.
1K. Yo, Lamar ready to get 4K, 1K, bro. Nobody taking that MVP from him, man.
No, my only thing is,
if he gets 4K, 1K,
look, I think they're gonna treat him.
I gotta be honest with you. Patrick Mahomes
they're not.
wins 13 games, and I'm gonna let Brandon go after this. If Patrick Mahomes wins 13 games,
he's gonna be so nasty.
Receivers, Patrick Mahomes is MVP. But go ahead, Brandon. What you about to say?
I don't think so.
No, bro.
My only thing is, look. So they've never done. The only problem is now, if he wins again, if Lamar wins again, and he doesn't make it to at least make it to Super Bowl again,
it's gonna be bad.
He can never win another MVP. If no matter what he could go for 5K, 1K. He's not
I don't want to see no more MVPs. I don't want to see no more MVPs from Lamar after that, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
He better go to the podium the same way
MVP,
LeBron James
I'm telling
did
you.
when they lost the first year versus Dallas, and he came back next year. He was like, "This is nothing. This is
No,
nothing."
I'm with you.
And he grabbed MVP, just
The
walked off stage.
NFL definitely doesn't want him to win. But like, if he gets 4,000 yards passing and 900 yards, he's probably not going to get the MVP. But if he gets 4K, 1K, bruh, you have to give it to him. 4K, 1K. Nobody
1K
thought
is
that
crazy.
that was a possibility 5 years ago.
If you think about like statistically, no one's really
Has anybody ever got 4K, 1K before?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
wow. 4K, 1K,
And he's
5,000
projected
total?
to get 4K, 1K, bro.
Like 4K, 1K would be something to where like you have
Shout out
to
Zay
give him
Flowers for
respect.
finally getting the ball. Man, he looked like
Hey, Zay
LeBron
Flowers-
might have made the step. He throwing to receivers now, man. He might have made the step.
And
I
Bateman,
heard
too.
something about Zay Flowers
Bateman-
not being the number one receiver. I don't know if it's wrong, right or wrong, but I heard that from somewhere. I won't say
I think
I heard that.
really good too, but like that one yet, I don't know if he's truly a one yet.
No, he's not right now. No. I mean, it was a good game. I'm not saying
great game,
he's a one right now.
Bro, his route run is real crisp, bro. I think people be sleeping on Zay Flowers, bro.
He's just. It's just the question: is he physical enough to deal with the press? Honestly, that's it.
Yeah. Yep, that's my biggest
They need
concern.
to. You saw how they were using him today. He was all over the place, man. They're
Yeah.
that front toss.
Finally,
pitch,
Todd Monken, bro.
He should be a Swiss Army knife, dude.
I think if they're gonna use him like that, Mark Andrews showed up. You know, he got some love today. There's a lot to really like about the Ravens team. You know, plus, and if all else fails, we can just give it to the king behind them, and he'll get you.
Yeah.
24
ball
carries on 32.
Vidal was somewhat questionable about their run game, I think, maybe like 3 weeks ago, and I think their run game is playing pretty good. So,
no, I mean,
You could point
this
that
is
out.
this is what Derrick Henry at this pace. He got what, maybe 2-3 years left at this pace where you can give him 24 carries and he'll be okay.
Yep.
This is it, man. This is it.
This is last ride.
If they get Devontae Adams, I might need to have
Honestly,
a conversation with you. I might have a conversation with somebody if they get.
Is it bad down on one Devontae, bro? Is that like a bad thing?
I don't think
Random about to go against Mahomes if they get Devontae Adams, and I'm so.
I don't think.
But who would the Ravens give to
That would
Devontae
crack
Adams? Who would they give to Devontae Adams? Who would they give up?
The problem is that
You
you
can give
don't.
up
Right now, the
picks,
Raiders
draft
have low.
picks.
You notice the report came out where the Raiders said, no, we're fine with keeping him now because they know they don't have any leverage. They're asking for a second round pick for Devontae. Nobody giving them that.
Nobody's giving that.
Yeah,
But if
right
you
now.
give them, like-
If I'm the
the-
Ravens, I'm giving them a second round pick. That is literally.
Yeah, but
I'd
right
give
now
it to
the
that's it.
right
No,
now,
but,
the-
if you
You're
get, but that's
telling
what
me-
they're asking for. But
Do what the Rams
can get
did.
if you can
Give it up.
No,
Win
no,
the
no,
Super Bowl.
no,
The
no.
Ravens
In a
organization, the way they run
situation-
things, they don't.
they don't
love
they don't
it.
run it like that.
yeah, a lot of
And
teams
also,
are
if you can get
like third or
Devontae,
fourth round picks for Devontae.
if you can get
because they know
Devontae,
he
there's a
doesn't
reason
wanna
why
be
that
there.
report came out because they put it out
That
and
nigga's like
no
losing
team
to
came
me.
out and said we'll give you a second. No team came out and said
That's why Jim Harbaugh's whack. Because I'm telling you, if you can get a receiver like Devontae Adams in a time where you need to win, I'm giving him. I don't care. I'm giving him a first round pick. I'm sorry.
No
I don't care.
way. No
For a
way.
33-year-old
Like,
Devontae
dude, but you
Adams,
could win the
bro?
You're not
Super
giving
Bowl,
up
bro.
a first round
Bro,
pick
you
for
could win
him.
the Super
Devontae
Bowl,
Adams
though.
take out with
You
the
win the
knockout.
Super Bowl.
No,
No,
but
he
you know who I
does.
would.
Super Bowl.
You know who I would be if I was the Ravens. I'd call and check the Dolphins' temperature for Tyreek Hill. That's who I'd call. If I'm getting a
Bro,
player,
yeah, I
that's
don't
who I
think-
want.
I don't even think Tyreek
No,
cares about winning.
or
I
hey
mean,
Browns, your season's over with Browns. Amari Cooper, what you want to do with him?
I heard a lot of people want him to go
I
to
mean,
the Chiefs.
Amari's a go.
I heard little things of Dobbs.
Well, apparently, already like 4 or 5 teams already called the Browns about Amari. So
Mhm.
Who?
Amari
like,
Cooper.
Who you say?
F.
Dude, the Browns are
Romeo
so
Doubs.
annoying.
I heard he was on a trading block.
But he came back. He had 2 touchdowns today, so maybe he's cool. Because also the Packers don't really trade receivers like that. You know
Not
what I
only
mean?
that, the
Yeah, they
Packers
don't
don't
really
have
trade that.
anything. If Romeo Dobbs go, they generally the bust, and I don't want to be stuck like that. I don't want my boy to go out like that.
Jordan Reed is looking more and more like their number one.
Yeah,
Now,
that's why I
Jaden
think
Reed is
Romeo
the
might
number
leave.
one.
Reed is the
What I'm
number
saying is
one,
that
dog. Jade Reed is the number
Dobbs
one.
is a
I'm
good
sorry,
number
he
2.
is.
If they lose him, then they got basically Wicks and Dobbs. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't
Well,
like
I mean,
Washington-
they
Washington
got the
did
tight
that
end. They got that tight end
We're
over
gonna start
there.
loading up on Reed.
Kraft.
They should get another physical receiver, kind of like Dobbs. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Jaden Reed, like in Wicks, is like kind of a.
Well, either way, we're
They're
talking
not
all
as
this, but
complimentary enough.
the NFL trades, the big trades don't happen during the season. They happen in the off
Yeah.
season. So Most likely, it's
Definitely.
probably Devontae Adams gets kept this season. Then they gets traded somewhere in the offseason, and we're all pissed because if I'm Baltimore,
Which is BS.
if I can try to get, I want Tyreek Hill if I'm Baltimore, but if I can't get Tyreek, then I'm going to try and get Devontae.
A lot of money.
I don't know if
my thing is
if they can afford it. If you can afford Devontae Adams, you can afford Tyreek.
We can't afford it.
The biggest thing is me. I don't care where any of them go. Just don't go to Kansas City. This has been another episode of Sunday Night Recap for Open Field. Shout out to all the guys who came over today. Mo, Hefe, we got F. Dot, Random, Michael Baldini, Final Balls. Riddell was here for a little bit. Myself. Appreciate you not crashing out, Michael, and getting through the episode. Look, man, we will be here next Wednesday. We'll be here tomorrow actually to watch the Monday night game, and hopefully it's some good things. You will see Lonnie if they win, most likely. But you probably won't see him. Well,
the crow that will be eating
if they Lonnie, I'm praying that they win, Lonnie.
Lonnie gonna be crashing out if the Jets are winning, man.
I'm hoping Lonnie's here because I want to see him crash out if the Jets are winning. On this parlay, so I'm hoping
because then I'm going to be on my.
Look, I just want to say this. Y'all like this? Listen, I was trolling about the Spencer Rattler and Jalen Hurts thing. That's for number one. Number two,
that's a new one, guys.
About the Dak Prescott thing. So, people, fans of the Open Field podcast, please don't think I'm crazy. I wasn't saying Dak Prescott was better than C.J. Stroud. That wasn't the case. I don't believe that any at all. I was saying within that 7-game streak from week to week, that 7-game week stretch.
Wait, he said this and y'all just let this happen?
No, we kicked him off. No,
you was here. I feel like we kicked him.
He was
not the Dak Prescott over C.J. Stroud conversation. What was this? Was I here for this?
Well, yeah, no, he got kicked off.
He was trying. We were comparing rookie seasons, basically.
We said it was.
Yeah, go ahead and kick him off again for that. Kick him off again for that. He should be banished for that.
We know it's actually ridiculous.
How dare you?
Custom, actually. When it was custom. As always, guys, we're here. When you need your football, you know where to come. We appreciate you guys for showing up. We got the week to rock with us. Shout out all our listeners. Shout out all our subscribers, and shout out, hey man, if you know a friend want to talk ball, man, come subscribe to this channel, man. We appreciate you guys so much. Shout out my guys for coming out, and as always, appreciate you guys. See you guys tomorrow. We will be here to watch the whole game, and we out this month.